Just follow it. All right. So, yeah, you're welcome once again. 2 months ago, the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, tweeted at the killings going on in Nigeria, and he kind of called out the government of Nigeria, in which he went as far as redesignating Nigeria as a country of particular interest, where people are being targeted because they are Christians and being killed, especially in the Middle Belt and northern part of Nigeria. Okay, so this triggered a series of events after that, including what the government of Tinubu said with, their own proactive measures to ensure that they tackle the insecurity head on. Referendum, the national security advisor to Tinubu, was sent to Washington to go meet with Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, right, in Washington, to tell them the position of Nigerian government and that they were willing and ready to work with the Donald Trump's government in ending the terrorism in Nigeria. In the midst of all of this, there are those who have used the opportunity to help push the agenda of the terrorists in Nigeria, the likes of Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, a pro-terrorist, advocate. Gumi believed that any effort or attempt by the both countries, Nigeria and America, to go after the terrorists as described by Donald Trump, gun blazing, boots on ground, and all that stuff, right? That it will trigger the religious war in Nigeria. In fact, it's going to make the situation even worse. He proposed that Nigeria should sever relationship with America and call the bluff of Donald Trump and remain in negotiation with the terrorists. In the midst of all of this, there are those who believed that Donald Trump will do what he's going to do. So, from his own directives, Donald Trump asked Congressman Riley to do all of their findings, everything he needs to know about what is going on in Nigeria, and submit their report back to his office. This was way back in October. Now, in the middle of November, there were delegations from America who also visited Nigeria. In the early December, Riley led another delegation to go meet with the victims of this Islamic jihadists, or these terrorists. They are victims who shared their own gory stories direct with these American congressmen and other delegations came. So upon his return, Riley told the Americans, told the American Congress, that what they were told, or what they have been told so far, right, about the killings in Nigeria, they were pretty much like just textbook description, just theory. That his visit opened his eyes, that what he saw, what he met, was so devastating that he couldn't even endeavor to continue the visit to other places, that he was so shocked. You know what I mean? Like shaken. So something that I believe he put in his report back to Donald Trump. And this, like I said, was about 2-3 weeks ago. So 2 nights ago, there is a report of the suicide bomber at a Gamboru market, mosque, right, where 5 people lost their lives. This was on the eve of Christmas. Now, on Christmas Day, where we've actually had the report of planned attacks on churches or on Christian communities and all that, there was not really any report of such attacks until when everyone seemed to be preparing to go to bed last night. Then bang, something happened. What was that? This. So we'll start from that, okay?
Who That's the actual thing that is happening in Jabu town now. And so muna bomb ko in ce nakiya da Hausa. Allah ya taimake mu abun ya fada ba. Ramin da ta yi. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Yanzu cikin daren nan muna zaune muka ga wani abu ya faɗo ya biyo wanda muke zargin nakiya ce aka sako. Allah bai saukar da ita cikin gari ba, ta yi bakin daji nan cikin garin Jabo, inda yanzu haka ga mutane nan sun fito na gari da na ƙauyukan Jabo ko ina ga ana an fito. Jami'an tsaro dai suna bakin kokarin su wurin kiliyarin yadda sojojin da ke garin Jabo ga suna kula da abubuwan kuma suna kokarin kare mutane daga isa wurin, wanda yanzu haka ga guntayenta nan ana gani ga hannun mutane. Allah Ubangiji kai muna sauki, kai muna kariya da kuma magun kaddarori. Allah ka kare mu, Allah kai muna kariya, Allah ka tsare mu, Allah ka ƙara tsare mu, Allah ka ƙara tsare mu, Allah ka shiga tsakanin mu waɗanga abubuwa. Allah kai muna kariya da kariyarka, Allah ka tsare mu da tsaron, Allah ka ƙara tsare tsakiyar maƙiya akan al'ummar musulmi da addinin musulunci. Allah ka kawo muna ƙarshen waɗanga matsaloli. Allah kai muna kariya da kariyarka, Allah ka kare mu da kariyarka, Allah kai muna tsare, Allah kai muna kariya.
So that was Jabo, local government area of Sokoto State, where, part of the strikes landed. So what happened? According to the President of the United States of America, few minutes after this made it to the headlines or to the news, Donald Trump tweeted that, on Truth Social, right? Let me take this off the screen so that we can read it together. It said, tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS, terrorist scum, in northwest Nigeria. We have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. Donald J. Trump. On the other part, the Nigerian government also responded in what people or some are now calling face-saving response, right? That, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria confirms that Nigerian authorities remained engaged in structured security cooperation with the international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. This has led to precision hits on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest. In line with established international practice and bilateral understandings, this cooperation includes the exchange of intelligence, strategic coordination, and other forms of support consistent with international law, mutual respect for sovereignty, and shared commitment to regional and global security. Nigeria reiterates that all counter-terrorism efforts are guided by the primacy of protecting civilian lives, safeguarding national unity, and upholding the rights and dignity of all citizens, higher, irrespective of faith or ethnicity. Terrorism violence in any form, whether directed at Christians, Muslims, or other communities, remains an affront to Nigeria's values and to international peace and security. High right. The federal government continues to work closely with its partners through the blah, the blow. Sure you get, oh, jargons. So now let us roll it back a bit. Okay. Last night, AFRICOM, which is the United States of America's African Command, is called. So they moved them from Ghana, all right, and moved them closer to what it was said to be the Gulf of Guinea, Bincon. And from there, they fired several shots of, what do you call it? Unmanned heads, or so to say. Here you get. So this year's strikes were targeted, if you can remember very well, after Donald Trump's tweet 2 months ago about this that is practically doing now, right? We have been seeing surveillance drones, even some manned aircraft taking pictures and mapping and all of that all over Nigeria. You see what you just saw in Sokoto, you are still going to see the same in at least 12 other states in Nigeria. And they are likely going to be like that simultaneously, okay? So before this, we have been seeing them mapping. I've shared few on that. I said, okay, well, they are not secrets. They have been mapping all these areas and all that. So to the part where the remnants of their bomb yesterday fell, it's been reported that there is no civilian casualties and the rest of that. But the effects of these airstrikes are yet to actually be published, so to say. So Nigeria, it was between that October and December that Donald Trump spoke about this, right? Nigeria, who claimed to have shared intelligence with America, here you get that they are the ones who provided the intelligence, whatever, to America for this year's strike to be carried out. Between October and December, Nigeria carried out airstrikes in Benin Republic, a neighboring country, because of an ongoing coup. So Nigeria claimed to have this information, but they never used it. Why? Here is the response of their supposed Minister of Foreign Affairs. Tinubu is in Lagos, sleeping. I had no idea. But they are trying to present like, oh, according to the Foreign Affairs Minister, he said he spoke to Marco Rubio, all right, the Secretary of State, 19 minutes before the strike. And, that means they spoke with Tinubu. But listen to this. Do you believe this guy?
Is it AFRICOM also were flying from Ghana over Nigeria for some recce or recon assignments? So was our Air Force involved or that didn't happen? What can you tell us about that?
It is a collaborative effort. Let's not get bogged down on the operational details. And I would certainly not want to give away too much that could jeopardize any future actions by Nigeria. So let us keep the discussion to diplomacy, which is my own area, and to foreign policy. With regards to operational details, I think you're going to have to engage with the security agencies or the military.
Honorable Minister, many people have been looking at this particular strike since it happened, and some divided really on two basic thought processes. On one side, we have people who are saying, oh wait, was our sovereignty as a country infiltrated? I would like you to speak to that. And then for the others who are describing this strike as the best Christmas gift ever given to the Nigerian people, considering that our brothers, our Muslim brothers, were killed in the mosque in Borno State as well, which also brought up the conversation about how this terrorism doesn't care what your surname is or what your religion is. It's killing Christians and killing Muslims as well. Could you speak to both issues? One, the issue of our sovereignty, so that people can understand what has happened. And then secondly, to talk about how this is an ongoing situation to help quell the terrorism that we're facing in this country.
You can be rest assured that President Tinubu and his administration would not agree to, acquiesce to, or take any actions that would violate the sovereignty or territorial integrity of Nigeria. It's a collaborative effort. It is what we have been calling for when we even allude to the Lihi laws that stopped the sale of military equipment, both kinetic and non-kinetic, to Nigeria, which in part has affected the ability of Nigeria to respond to some of these threats, both domestically as well as within the region. So now that the U.S. is cooperating with us, we will do it jointly, and we will ensure, just as the president emphasized yesterday before he gave the go-ahead, that it must be made clear, even the framing of what comes after it must be made clear that it is a joint operation and it is not targeting any religion, nor is it simply in the name of one religion or the other. We are a multi-religious country, and we are working with partners like the U.S. To fight terrorism and safeguard the lives and property of Nigerians.
Could you make any sense of that? There was no communication between Donald Trump and Tinubu. None whatsoever. Before this thing happened. That's to tell you that they did not, Donald Trump did not ask for Tinubu's approval. There is no evidence of that. But the Minister of Foreign Affairs is telling us that they have all the intelligence. They know where these terrorists were, but they just didn't have the what to do the job themselves. So they had to cooperate with America to come and help them strike terrorists in their own country. And that is not you surrendering your sovereignty already. Like somebody who is a minister in a country like Nigeria who face the camera and tell the whole country and say, we are working with America to. And what is that about? It's not about religion, because they have to say it. When Donald Trump and others said, this jihadist shouting Allahu Akbar and killing people who they call the kafirs or kufars or something, the infidels, who are killing Muslims as well in mosques and all these places. And you have come out, none of you came out before now. Now you are coming out now to say they are not Muslims, which is good. That means Muslims or Christians or atheists or everybody will have to bond together and destroy these killers. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Don't worry, I'll repeat it. These terrorists are shouting Allah Akbar, cutting people's head, burning people and killing people. And in that regard, the Muslims concluded, I'm talking about the Muslims now, the real ones, says, these guys are not Muslims. What they are doing is un-Islamic. They do not represent Islam. Say, okay, great. Then let's bond together and destroy them. That's when they started explaining to us again that if we start allowing these people to be, to be killed in that way, it is going to trigger Muslim Christian crisis. So, which Muslims are going to be angered? The terrorists that are killing Christians and killing Muslims are being destroyed. Which Muslim in his right sense or senses will actually get mad or angered or get angry? Which Muslim? Would you stand up and be against striking these terrorists in this manner and end them and push them away so that, number one, they will stop killing innocent people. Number two, they will stop bringing or tarnishing your religion, which they have made the religion of a fear. So why should you defend them? No, none of that makes sense. It's all about what America did in Iraq, what America did in Afghanistan, what America... I said, what the Fulani terrorists and ISWAP, Lakurawa, Boko Haram, and the rest of them, what they are doing to Nigerians right now. You already have Gaza. You already have, Sudan. You already have Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, that are already playing out inside Nigeria. And your government, completely powerless, or pretended to be. So why should any Muslim be angry? So that's why you see the politician saying, it's kind of like, it's called trying to appeal to the base. Say, please don't see it like that. President Tinubu gave approval for these actions to take place, and it is to help us kill the terrorists because we can't kill them. So when they were asked, why can't you do it yourself? Why didn't you do it yourself? They said because if they did it, they will accuse Tinubu of killing the Northerners. So maybe they should just accuse Donald Trump of killing Muslims, Abi. Is that convenient? They they actually know jack shit, man. Then he continued. He also added, right? To him, your Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I think you understood me inadvertently. So Nigeria has remained consistent in its approach, which is, like the statement says, to work with all partners that are committed to the fight against terrorism, irrespective of what religion, who the victims are, whether they are Muslims or Christians, and irrespective of what type of terrorism, be it terrorism being carried out in the name of one religion or the other, or indeed even banditry. So this is an ongoing process. We have been working closely with the Americans. This is what we've always been hoping for, to work with the Americans, work with other countries to combat the terrorism, to stop the death of innocent Nigerians. So this is a vindication of the Tinubu administration. For those who thought that there was some foot dragging or, the government wasn't doing enough, it is a clear indication that we are committed and we are prepared to work with all comers.
Okay, so we understand that there was some reconnaissance done before the strikes. Were we also involved in that, and how so?
It's Nigeria that provided the intelligence. I was on the phone yesterday for 19 minutes with Secretary of State Marco Rubio of the United States. We spoke extensively, and we agreed that I was going to speak with President Tinubu, for President Tinubu to give the go-ahead. And I did speak with him, and it was agreed also that the statements that would follow would be statements that will show clearly that it is a strike against terrorism and that it is part of the ongoing joint operations between Nigeria and collaboration between Nigeria and the United States, and that it is not to do with religion, it's to do with protecting Nigerians and innocent lives of either Nigerians or non-Nigerians. This was clear. We spoke twice. We spoke for 19 minutes before the strike, and then we spoke again for another 5 minutes before it went on.
Okay, I know you said we.
I swear to Almighty God. Do you actually believe anything he said? If you're somebody who can observe and then you're like, why is he talking like that? You can easily tell that he's just trying to make things up and trying to save face. He spoke before the strike. How is Nigeria involved? What is Nigeria's involvement? Other than to hand over their airspace, Abi? Sovereignty as they are putting it. And they didn't even have to, like, it's already taken. It was just a matter of time. So the question now is this. The commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, Tinubu, severally gave orders. Think about this. Severally, in the last 3 years or 2.5 years, Tinubu has given orders, direct, straight orders to the military of Nigeria. Go after these terrorists. But nothing happened. No. Go after them. No. He changed his service chiefs like twice now, Abi. Go after this. The president, Tinubu, has ordered the military to go after, then something will happen again. They go after, the more they go after, the more these guys actually become so emboldened and everywhere. Donald Trump said, I need the reports of these atrocities on my desk as soon as possible. 6 weeks after that, he got the report. A week after getting the report, you've seen the first strike. Can you tell the difference? So those who are working for Tinubu, right, they understand the system they are running. And it is this system of see nothing, do nothing, but possibly just keep talking. No real action. So they ask him, is this still going to continue? I mean, why would you have intel? Severally, these guys have boldly told us that they know where these guys are. We know where they are. We know some of them. We know we just can't go in there. So they allowed their fellow politicians to keep running riots by organizing peace meetings with these terrorists. You know? The Nigerian service chiefs, those ones where they work out with a walking stick. Yeah? With all these well-stashed, uniforms. They're always like that. They're flying in their own supposed their private jets, military jets, up and down for photo ops and here and there, making speeches. Some of them loud, some of them like threatening. By the end of the day, most of them are just all talks. At the end of the day, the terrorists are having field days. They are getting paid even by the federal government of the country. The general government is paying terrorists. Or how do you explain where terrorists who took 315 school children had to negotiate their release? Okay, but you paid for their release only for you to come back and tell people that you rescued them. And people were asking, if you rescued these children, why are you rescuing them in batches? And where are those who kidnapped them? Because that means you actually went in there to get the children. Do you understand? So it is a government of see nothing, do nothing, and possibly jail the activist that speaks more on this. If you are a whistleblower talking about these killings and these terrorists, you know what I mean? This Islamic jihadists, okay, Fulani terrorists and others, right? When you speak in that kind of language, you are going to be called somebody who is probably guilty of Islamophobia, Fulanophobia, and that you are inciting the people against the government. You know, then you go to jail. While the terrorists continue to brandish their own weapons openly, and we keep recording the killings, the death, the unending carnage that these guys are committing. But there are others who believes that indeed they are just saving face. I wish Rufai would let this guy speak, by the way.
Thank you very much. Obviously, this incident is a pointer to the fact that the country is failing in its constitutional obligation. The country is failing in its mandate to ensure that they protect lives and properties of the citizens. It is an indication that we have also lost our foreign policy framework in the country. We probably have an outdated foreign policy that we could not be able to engage globally. This attack, it further created misleading information that the country is in a war, in a religious war between the Muslim and Christians. And that is a very dangerous framing, which we all know as Nigerians, that is not the case. You will have a problem of criminals, terrorists, terrorizing Nigerians, irrespective of their religious, ethnic, geographical, and political affiliation. And what the government has failed over the years to do is to tackle this issue in a very systematic way. But you have seen that people who have been alleged to be sympathetic or to be sponsors of these terror groups, when even they were small, now they have even escalated. Having their field day, nobody is doing anything to them because of the political interest. Now, as long as you prioritize personal interests above national interests, you will definitely land yourself in this situation that the foreigners will now have to come.
I mean, you keep saying the foreigners, but I don't know if you know that Nigeria collaborated with America on this strike. So what is it that you don't like? Is it because America's name is on the strike? Nigeria provided intelligence, you know. So what is it that you don't like?
My brother,
what's the meaning of the religious
my
conflict?
brother,
No, hang on. What's the meaning of religious? I don't see any religious conflict. I mean, are these not the terrorists that will want to be dead?
Wait.
Will want to be destroyed? What do you mean by religious conflicts in this? Awal?
Let's just be honest and straightforward. Nigerian government did not get any approval, or rather, American government does not get any approval for it to take any action in Nigeria. In fact, as a matter of fact, what Nigerian government has done is to do a saving pace. America did not need their permission to come and do what they intended to do.
No, Awal. There was a statement released by the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Ministry that said they provided the intelligence. So now that you are claiming that Nigeria did not provide the intelligence to America for this strike, do you have your empirical facts, Awal? That's just all I ask you. Show us the facts that Nigerian government did not provide intelligence and they're just saving face. It's facts I want. Not sentiment. Show us the facts.
What I'm saying is that, listen. What I am saying is that America does not need Nigerian approval to carry out their action. That's what I said. And I'm saying that, it's all, clear that, the way and manner in which Trump had even made, his pronouncement, to carry out this action, there is no any discussion or dialogue.
And you're still having sentiment. Let me read, please, and let me interject here. Because we don't want misinformation, and some of this you are trying to spew because you've not given us the fact. Let me read the statement as released by the Nigerian authorities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the statement signed by Mumetimi Ebiene-Mefa, spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He says, in line with the established international practice and bilateral understanding, the cooperation includes exchange of intelligence and strategic cooperation. Nigerian Ministry confirms Nigerian authority remains engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States, in addressing persistent threats, to Nigeria and all of that. On And this has led to a precision hit on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest. So they said it's based on the cooperation they have this. If you have a fact or fact contrary to this, I will present the fact. If you can't present the fact, I'll say what you're saying is conjecture.
Give
me your own facts, not conjecture. Not conjecture. Give me facts. You know I'm a man of facts. You know
it's not conjecture. Listen to me. Why can't you also listen? You know,
go ahead.
Because you don't want me to talk. What I'm saying is that I stand on my position that Donald Trump does not need permission of Nigeria to do what he wants to do. He had already, made his pronouncement without discussing with Nigeria. And if there was any evidence that Nigeria had conversation with Donald Trump before he issued his ultimatum and before he carried out his action, let them show us to the public. It is a public matter. So I'm saying that, and I still stand on my opinion, that America, if they want to do any action, especially with this kind of situation that we have in Nigeria, they did not need to get approval of Nigeria. They would simply carry out their action, and they have done what they wanted to do.
That's conjecture, that's not facts.
I'm saying that...
That's conjecture, not facts. Conjecture.
It's not a conjecture.
Conjecture,
it's not
different
a conjecture,
from facts.
my brother.
Over to you. Conjecture.
All right. Mr. Rafsanjani, thank you very much for joining us. Were you going to complete what you were saying?
You say? Sorry?
Are you done? Were you going to complete what you were saying?
No, I wanted just to, because he's shorting me to say that this is conjecture when he knows himself the truth. You don't need to do painting. You don't need to do any panel beating on this matter. America, the way it is, the way they take this issue, they don't need approval of Nigeria to do what they want to do. When Trump was issuing his tweet, what is the truth? What is the fact on this matter? What fact are you looking for when he issues his tweet?
Okay.
As a northerner, right, there's a way they feel about this as well. Like I said before, it is kind of like hard to explain, all right, when this religion is linked to it. So there are many questions too. For example, why did Donald Trump not go and bomb Lake Chad, where these ISWAP, Boko Haram, and others really dominate? Why not Borno, where they recently carried out a suicide bombing inside a mosque? Why not Zamfara, where the half of the state is controlled by these terrorists? These are coming from people who felt like bombing Sokoto is a direct slap on the face of the Satan of Sokoto. Something that means so much culturally, religiously, to an average northerner, means so much to them than others who are from the other part of Nigeria. And that is why you get to see a lot of southerners who somehow, because of this religious connection, also have their own sentiment, which is tilted towards, the caliphate, and obviously against whatever America is doing. So that gives them a bit of a balance to make it look like, a sizable part of Nigeria would not possibly support this. That's the impression. However, why Sokoto? About 2 years ago, it was announced that prior to that, like for several years before then, there's been a terror group called Lakurawa. And Lakurawa is said to be more even deadlier than the ISWAP and Boko Haram combined. How? So Sokoto was their breeding ground because of the fact that the northwest state of Sokoto shared borders with these Sahel countries, right? Including Nigeria and others. So it was pretty much like walking from one border to the other, to the next one, to the next. So all these neighboring villages, they've had these Lakurawas, infiltrated them so much that they have almost like accepted them as part of them, for protection as well, of course. So when they go out and strike anywhere, they come back to all these places. And it's very much strong that they have scholars, Lakurawa terrorists who are scholars, Islamic scholars in these communities. True story. So when Donald Trump said he was coming for the ISIS He called them ISIS because ISWAP is the West African faction of the ISIS of Iraq and Afghanistan, all these places, right? Syria. So ISWAP is Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP. So they are the affiliates of the ISIL or ISIS. And to Trump, the ISIS. So communities like, there's about 2 local government areas where these strikes hit yesterday. How many are there? We don't know how many strikes. How many of these terrorists then were actually really destroyed? We do not know yet. But for the people in the community in these 2 local government areas of Tangaza and Tambuwa, these communities like adjoined one another like that, spread to 2 local government areas. Days where the areas hit. Aftermath this morning, where the residents came out and they were like, there were no casualties. However, they are worried because they started seeing these flying objects that started landing in some of these communities, open fields and all of that, that they created a serious panic within the communities, right? But there was no casualty. So now the agenda is that the agenda is that the fired rockets to get rid of the terrorists in Nigeria were just, fired as, into open fields, that no terrorist is struck, and we don't know that yet. But this is the morning after.
Glory be to God, there was no loss of life and no loss of property. This thing happened around 10:45.
Allah, there is no any loss of life, no any loss of property. You can see by your naked eyes, so you can see there is no any loss of life. It will just fire.
They are not bomb experts, but the local police decided to cordon off the areas where the rocket landed, the bomb landed in their own areas, right? But they can also see from far away smokes in the forest. Do you get me now? Like, these are now not communities. They're like inside the forest, suspected to be some of the targeted terrorist den. So right now we don't have the full details, but from the early or preliminary kind of information coming out was that the area where these terrorists actually domiciled seemed to be the, I think they said it's the northeast of the country, not the northwest. So it's like bombing this space or bombs dropping here when it should be dropping here. So if their coordinates are right, by any chance, okay, so that simply means none of these rockets should be dropping here. They should be dropping there. That's where you get to see Bello Turuji. They say Bello Turuji lives in the northeast of the upper part of the country. of the state. The place where he's been carrying out his different sort of attacks in different states, northwest states in Nigeria. But like I said, we do not actually have the full grasp of who is dead, which of the terror group has now been wiped out. Maybe it is too early for that, maybe not. However, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, when he was asked in that interview, right, that is this it or there will be more?
Honorable Minister, some people would want to find out, is this an ongoing operation? Are we going to be seeing more strikes like this one?
Well, I believe, like I said, it's an ongoing thing. And we're working with the US, we're working with other countries as well. So for all those that are prepared to work with us to combat terrorism, to ensure security in our region, in Nigeria itself, we're ready to cooperate. We're ready to collaborate. So this is something, that has remained the same. Put it this way, you can call it a new phase of an old conflict. For us, it's something that's been ongoing. So we focus on that.
There was something you mentioned.
Do you see how Rob is Shane there? That's the only thing I want to believe, that he's actually saying the truth. Because that's the one when he said, okay, like Rob's his beard is chained like that. And he said, consider this as the new phase of the old fight, old war. So meaning, somehow, America is now free in this madness, if this is it. And to those who felt like what they saw is actually bomb in these communities, people are now saying you are actually receiving the shrapnels or the part of the bomb. The bomb itself has exploded probably like kilometers away. What you are seeing there in your communities is just a flying part or something. Do you get what I mean? Like if the bomb landed in those communities, none of those people will be alive to even go and say they are witnesses. Trust me. Okay. Yeah, trust me. We are talking about a bomb. That flying bomb, right? It said it can weigh as much as 400 pounds. Sorry, 400 kg. That's like how much? 200 what pounds? That's heavy. It's like piling 5 or 6 bags. 8 bags of cement, 50 kg cement, 8, and then you make it a flying object that works. You know what I mean? So that's not the bomb. What they found in Tambuwa local government area, so those communities are not the flying rockets. You get what I mean now? But what they found in Offa, in Kwara, last night, has given people a bit of a concern too. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has been able to describe what this is, but this was found in Offa last night, Kwara State. Don't know what that is. Maybe it's yet to explode explosive, but the explosive, right, didn't land on this property though. It was just like outside it. It's the vibration and all that caused this wreckage, this demolition on your screen. That's enough. So we don't have details of that, but people automatically suspected that it could be one of those flying objects sent to the northwest. But that's not central. You know what I mean? So, but I have people who believes that not only that the sovereignty of Nigeria has been completely surrendered in this manner, right? It's a shame to what Nigeria has now become. So to say, here is one person before we go to Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, who said, if Nigeria must survive, Tinubu must sever all military relationship with America now, or else, if America continues, this may break up Nigeria. We'll get to that part.
Okay, this is a very, very serious development, obviously, of American bombs falling over Nigerian territory. It will be discussed not only in Nigeria, but all over Africa. People will be discussing the implications. Every peace-loving Nigerian, and that is most of us, would like to see the terrorists and the bandits and the insurgents and all the other criminals wiped out. And since around 2009, with the beginning of the Boko Haram crisis, we had been appealing to the Western powers and the other international powers for help in order to defeat this problem. And they had been resisting, giving all kinds of reasons about human rights and all that. But in the last 2 months or so, President Donald Trump in particular had been threatening to carry out these attacks, which he has finally done. And there are several issues around that, beginning with the sovereignty issue. But of course, the Nigerian government has said that it cooperated. Okay, so at least that partially addresses the issue of sovereignty. But then there are other issues, like the choice of targets was also curious, because if you say the attack was directed at ISIS, one would have thought that the part where the bombs dropped, southeastern Sokoto State, is the relatively safe part of Sokoto State, and that in Sokoto State too, it is the northeastern part adjoining Zamfara State where the bandits and terrorists are most active, right into Zamfara State and the western part of Kebbi State. And also, it is in the northeast specifically that we have the ISWAP, which is openly paying allegiance to ISIS, as well as the Boko Haram. Boko Haram does not pay allegiance to ISIS, but they have the same modus operandi, and they are the worst of the terrorist groups that we have, because if you remember, only 2 days ago on Wednesday evening, Boko Haram exploded a bomb in a crowded mosque after prayers in Maiduguri, and they killed several people and injured dozens of others. So one would have thought that if the Nigerian government assisted in the choice of targets, they should have directed it towards the deadliest of the terrorist groups, which is around the Sambisa Forest and the Mandara Mountains adjoining Cameroon and Chad, and also the Lake Chad, small islets in the Lake Chad basin, which is exactly where ISWAP is located. But of course, the bandits and the terrorists in the northwest are also very deadly, and they also ransack villages, abduct people, kill, and everything. So they are also legitimate targets, probably, although they shouldn't be the most important targets. Then there are other questions. For example, you know, President Donald Trump, his messaging complicates matters. The Trump administration is not exactly famous for helping communities. It even creates problems where problems do not exist. Like in South Africa, you say that there is genocide against white South Africans and you want to save them. That kind of messaging creates problems even where it does not exist. Okay, while the US Defense Department is saying that this attack is targeted at ISIS, President Trump himself posted on social media that he is protecting Christians in Nigeria, a view that the Nigerian government has tried very strenuously to debunk, so that he does not create or rather compound our religious problems here in Nigeria.
Nuisance Lele.
No, why don't you leave the terrorists in Sokoto for now? okay, let's go and deal with the terrorists in Borno. And then those ones of Borno will be like, no, you know what? We cannot be dealing with the terrorists in Borno now. Let's go and deal with the terrorists. Instead of that, why don't you just go and deal with the terrorists in Niger? Say, okay, let's go to Niger. No, why Niger now? I mean, the terrorists here, they are not as deadly as the terrorists in Plateau or Benue. Are you sure? Okay, let's go to Benue. You say, why are you coming to Benue? Borno is boiling. They just bombed a mosque there. He said, but they told us that Borno is not as deadly as... no, Borno is deadlier. We don't want this whole thing. This is what these narratives kind of like sounded like, okay? But he's not wrong that Nigeria could have possibly saved themselves. Nigeria could have been saved from this shame because the rest of Africa, the rest of the world, we no longer look at Nigeria the same way anymore. And this is to the credit of APC, Egbekegbe, in that Nigeria. Although they said that you cannot really shame the shameless, but sometimes, maybe when you keep reminding the shameless of the shame that is in shamelessness, maybe somehow, maybe they'll begin to see it too. You know what I mean? Nigeria's sovereignty. There's no sovereignty anymore. That's a mirage now. You know, Nigeria will not fly jet from Nigeria and go to America and drop a bomb. It's never going to happen. Under no circumstance that will ever happen. I'm not comparing Nigeria to America, but at least if Nigeria was a real country, Nigeria was supposed to be the America of Africa, the big brother of Africa, the role model in everything, leadership, governance, citizenship rights, protection, security, all those things, things that makes the rest of others want to be like you, jealous of you, envious of you. But no, if you don't know this, now you should know that majority of these Africans are just looking at Nigeria with a sad face, like, wow. And yeah, they treat us same, simply because of these rogues who have all it takes to stop this murderous terrorist. But they will choose what language should be used, how they should placate them. Baba, they opened ministry for terrorists in Nigeria, Ministry of Livestock. Nigeria had Minister of Agriculture. She livestock is not under agriculture. To placate terrorists in order to take people's lands, to appease them, rather than give them lead, they were offering them gold. You get what I mean? Land for them, budget for them, a minister for them, but yet the killings never really stopped. They have all it takes, except the political will, to really go after the terrorist. And that is why somebody like Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, the spokesperson for all these armed terrorists in Nigeria, quickly issued his own statement. And his statement is that this action of Donald Trump is going to create even more problems, okay? He said, Nigeria should stop military cooperation with US immediately. Initially, he once asked Tinubu to recall the American ambassador to Nigeria and send them to close their embassy from Nigeria. Baba, this guy went to Turkey. Remember that time he went to Turkey last month, right? He went to Turkey to go and do a media run for an Islamic TV channel there, all right, TKL or something. And guess what? In his own interview, he was saying that this issue of Christian genocide in Nigeria was pushed by the IPOB. And according to him, he said America was the one that provided weapons for the Biafrans during the Biafra War. Something that has got nothing to do with whatever you are defending. I mean, he's defending this terrorist. So what is the IPOB? What is the Biafran stuff have to do with that? But because, you see, it is said that Takia, it is allowed for them, to lie if they have to protect or defend their religion. Takia, all right? America was the one that was kind of fighting to defend Biafra. If America was involved in that genocidal war, Biafra will be a country by now. And the war won't last 30 months. I mean, sorry, it won't last that 3 years. Trust me, it won't. It won't. But Gumi, this was in Hausa. The other one is also in Hausa, so I'm going to put that both. Okay, here is where he's accusing America of being on the side of the Igbos during the Biafra war. The IPOB are those who are telling Americans to sanction Nigeria. Like, what the heck?
Wato ƙasar American nan fa ban son kausasa magana game da ita, amma dai gaskiya munafuka ƙasa ce. Lokacin da Najeriya ta yaki da Biafra, su suke taimakawa Biafra. Kasan ma da ta ba mu taimako farko shine kasar Rasha. Saboda haka suna nan suna jin haushin kasar Najeriya da kuma 2015 suna cewa kasar Najeriya zai wargaje. Wai sun yi dirasa sun ga cewa kasar Najeriya za ta wargaje. Gashi shekarun sun wuce kasa ba ta wargaje. Fatan dai muna sharri take yi. To da muka ji wannan kage da kazafi da karya da ya fito daga bakin Amerika a lokacin da ta fito daga wani barna a kasan Gaza, muka ce wayannan mutanen nan ba su samu abin da suke so a can ba, ko akwai wani nufi ba abin da suke faɗa ba. Ba karya ne, mutane da yawa na mutuwa a Najeriya, musulmi da kirista, kai wanda ba musulmai ba ma, kowa ma dai ana samu wannan. Sannan kuma ana faɗa tsakanin kabilu, ana faɗa tsakanin makiyaya da masu noma. To duka wannan haɗe a cikin wannan rikicin, kawai mutum daga Amerika ya tsame kawai kirista da ke wasu ake, alhali muna zaune da su. Lokacin da ke maganan shugaban soja na koli kirista ne, cikin manya-manyan sojojin nan na Air Force kaɗai ne musulmi, duka kirista ne. To yaushe za a zo a ce muna kashe kirista? A sha akwai ta manufa, da wannan manufan ne ya ce to maganin maciji mai a datsa kan. Ba Amerika kaɗai ce a duniya ba wadda yake za ka rasa abun baka yi hulɗa da ita ba. In kayan kere-kere muke da, akwai ƙasar China. In kayan ƙarfi ne, akwai ƙasar Rasha. Sannan kuma ko da tattalin arzikin ƙasa yanzu akwai wasu ƙasashe da ake kira BRICS, wayanda ke cinko.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. They spoke a lot, so you don't have to hear all of that, okay? So he was there talking about how America provided weapons for, the Biafrans to fight Nigeria. So America will always be on the side of the Biafrans and the rest of that, So they would try to turn the Muslims against the Christians in Nigeria and all that bullshit, that Nigeria should ignore America and go to China, go to all these places, and they are better than America in every way. This was like a month ago when he traveled to Turkey. So there is a chance that Osama bin Gumi may be under the radar of the Americans. I just thought I should say that because, And to him, if America is not stopped, if they are not stopped with what they are doing right now, bombing these terrorists and all of that, it may lead to the breakup of Nigeria because it can trigger religious war. Why would killing terrorists cause religious war? Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, why would that even happen? Terrorists who are killing Christians and killing Muslims, you want them to be negotiated with. If they use any form of, violence or whatever on them, it's going to lead to religious war. Religious war as how? Somebody said, I read that somewhere, one lunatic from northern Nigeria, he said, well, I am just afraid of the reprisal attacks from ISWAP over this America's bomb. And I was like, hello, what in Nigerians do them? There are tens, hundreds of thousands of them have been killed in the last 14 years. What would you say Nigerians did to them? So what is that thing they are going to do now again? Where over 20 million Nigerians have been displaced and more than 15 million of them are living in makeshift, inhabitable refugee camps scattered all over the northern part of Nigeria, including outside Nigeria, caused by these murderers. So what you see they are going to do again? They are going to start like what? Reprisal attack. They are kidnapping school children. They are kidnapping women, children. They are murdering people in their sleeps. They are burning villages. What is that thing they want to do again that they haven't done? Somebody was saying that, right? And here is Gumi, who probably is the one who is putting that in their heads. Like, if America comes, it's going to cause civil war. It's it's going to cost. So who are they going to fight? So Muslims are now going to start fighting Christians because terrorists that you said are not Muslims, they are not doing any Islam beat or whatever. You are going to fight for them. Hello?
Also, shi malam kana nufin su waɗannan 'yan ta'addan a ɗauke su aiki na gwamnati a ba su makamai ko to ai Najeriya ba bidi'a aka ce ta yi ba, ta ba 'yan Niger Delta, zan iya kiran maka sunan militants da yanzu da makamansu suna nan sun danne masu fasa mai. Me yasa a can aka yi, me yasa nan ba za a yi ba? Sannan su 'yan Niger Delta militant da suka tuba sun fi ka sanin 'yan ta'addansu. Shi ma wayannan sun fi ka sanin wa? Sannan wai ba haka ba. Akwai wani da muka je ya ce shi ya yadda zai yi maganin sata. Kuma a gaban wani sole administrator ya ce lokacin da aka yi wani sata aka kamo, ban je na kamo na kwato muku ba. Ya yi ko? To ba shi na kita yi ba? To shi kuma gwamnan da ya yi wai zo ya zama laifi. Gwamnan da ya sa ɗan ta'adda ya kama wani ɗan ta'adda ya kwato makamansu, wai shi gwamnan ya zama laifi. Me yasa ya yi magana da ɗan ta'adda? Domin ɗan ta'adda ba a magana da shi, fir'auna ne. Wani irin jahilci ne wannan? Wani jahilci? Jahilan mutane. Isra'il ba abun da ta ƙi jini kawowa. Kamas ma suke cewa, Kamas. Amma da suke son a fitar da 'ya'yansu, mutanensu ya suka yi, ba sai da suka yi sulhu ba? Amerika da Taliban sun yi sulhu. Sai daga bakin su ce muka, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Baka ga terrorists ba ne, shi sa you don't negotiate. Sannan kuma shi victim din shi ke fara negotiating. Yau kana tafiya a mota sai barayi amurba suka tsayar da kai ne number one da zaka fara negotiating. Ko ba ka ba? Ko zaka ce kai barawo? Kan zaka fara pleading, ka fara negotiating. To in har shi victim ya yi negotiating, to ya shi kai kana can zaune zaka ce ba zai negotiating ba? How?
What do they mean by they will negotiate? Same America that said they are not negotiating with terrorists, they are negotiating with Talibans. They said they negotiated, Nigeria negotiated with the militants. But no, you won't negotiate with these people. You want America to come and what? Then the artsmen are not going anywhere. As if to say this is about artsmen anymore. Artsmen with war weapons. Gumi. Jonah.
They are going nowhere. They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. You can't drive them away and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies. And if my enemy states by our actions, we have turned them into enemies, then we are finished. Because our real enemy will use them against us. As your real enemy will use your neighbor against you. And nobody knows your secret more than your neighbor. He knows when you come back and when you go out. So we should never allow herdsmen to be our enemies.
Is your president. And a lot of people believe that Gumi is untouchable. And is also misunderstood. That his own effort is to see that to placate these terrorists is cheaper than to fight them. Because at the end of the day, if you make them your enemies, I mean, I can't even wrap my head around that, right? Make them your enemies. But we are not their enemies in the first place. Innocent people in these communities have been attacked randomly and killed. So, what did they do? They didn't do anything. So what do we need to do then to be alive? is for somebody who have nothing in common with this Fulani terrorist to actually accept them because now they are your friends, or they want to be our friends, and we shouldn't try to make them our enemies. Like, what the heck does that even mean? Anyway, with what happened last night, right? Isaac has his own to say. Remember, I told you the line is pretty much opened. You can use it, and I will actually pick the course, so where people can actually, where you can contribute as well.
No more Father Christmas for terrorists in Nigeria. Nigeria is not your home. No more Father Christmas for banditry, terrorism in our country. Trump has turned the Boxing Day to bombing day for them. No more Father Christmas, no more ransom. You know they collect our money again. Trump is going to poo. You, the remaining ones, you better run out of Nigeria right now, because Trump don't come. No hiding place for you now anymore. Nigeria must be free. No.
Isaac, that one is very much good on a very good day if you are looking for somebody to fool around, okay? But yeah, that's the impression that Donald Trump said Merry Christmas to the dead terrorist, and others have, they are saying that that's the best Christmas gift they have received, even if they don't have the whole details, right? My friend said Iwoma Dirao these days. So people are now carrying their own assault rifle on the side to their own churches. Those who can openly carry are doing so now. Police officers too are now kind of like carrying their own service rifles, openly, especially if they have to go to churches or even mosques. All right, that's the situation. Sorry, right. I just missed one of the calls there, right? So Tinubu himself was spotted in Lekki today, I think for Jumat. Nothing. It was spotted with Bajabia, Mole, Ribadom, and few others in Lagos.
We are saying in religion like fasting, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not insult whom they worship beside Allah. If you insult whom they worship beside Allah, you insult Allah. Except Allah, they will abuse Allah wrongfully with ignorance. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says those that are not Muslims, it is not you that made them Muslims. It is Allah who has made them what they are. I have made them the way I want them to be. If I had wished, I would have made everybody to be Muslims. وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ Quran 11 verses 1:8. Allah says, people will continue, they shall continue forever to differ. Will differ in ideology, will differ in the way we think. We're not from a single mother. So all this will reflect on our activities.
Call you. I think I have a
call. My king.
Prince Adebayo.
Yes, my king. This is Prince Adebayo from Sweden. Oh, yes. My king. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm very well. I'm still here, surviving.
Great. Yes. I watched. Thank you very much. Baba, I just want to say some things today.
Please.
I always, most times when these things happen, when these terrorists, they camouflage as bandits, when they commit these atrocities, and people cry and cry and cry. Those in the west, in the southwest and southeast, they still think that it is the problem of the north, because this like this one that happened in Borno, that they bombed the mosque.
Mm-hmm.
They still think it's the problem of the north. Anything that happens in Sokoto, is it in Sokoto? Yes, Sokoto, Borno, Kano, Kaduna, we still consider it the problem of the north. We didn't know, or they didn't know, they don't know that in these places there are Christian belts and there are core Islamic belts. Like in Kaduna, for instance, there's southern Kaduna and there's northern Kaduna. They are clearly divided. In Borno, that's what you are saying. There's a Christian side and there's a Muslim side. In Bauchi, the same thing. In Yobe, even in that Kano, the same thing. In Gombe, the same thing. Nasarawa, down to Abuja, the same thing. Then you now come to the tricky part, which is this PG side, this Benue, Kogi, all those places.
Kwara.
Plateau. Yes, Kwara. Yes. They are clearly divided. Yes. But if you find what is so wrong in the things that are happening in Nigeria is that because of what people will eat, you find them not in the truth. So they further make it they further make it difficult for people who have the capacity to intervene. They make it so difficult for them to understand where to start from. That is why I love what America is doing. What America is doing, they would have intervened long ago during Trump's first administration. But because it was so complicated, and these foolish people who are taking Agbado here and here, these spewing rubbish. Maybe their members, part of their members of their families have been affected, but they are so desensitized that because it has not reached their immediate space, they will never tell you the truth. Look at what the other one that has been coming here several times said. He said the terrorists were bouncing the calls from pillar to post, and that guy is so dumb. Please, the communication minister, what is it? Only one bounce from these people are so dumb. Look at what's happening. The current it's unimaginable. That is why Trump would have intervened long ago. The time that Buhari said Trump said, "Why are you killing people?" Buhari came back and said, the number one question Trump asked was, "Why are you killing
Christians?"
But they use all the light in the world to defend this APC administration. Defended it to the last. That nobody now knew what was going on. Defending criminality to the last. Nobody knew what was going on. Trump would have entered there from his first administration. Now, count how many years has passed. After Trump's first administration, we now enter this dumbfounded one. 4 years. If not that he was going insane. This one removed Nigeria from CPC. The criminality that they did there, that American administration, it was because of the annoyance that Trump came back again. The thing was still continuing. That was why they were able to fashion out, okay, what is happening here? We cannot divide between this ethnic group and this ethnic group. But we shall know that it is because of Christians that this is happening. The Muslims that you see that are going are the ones that are in the way of them between the Christians, or the ones that refuse to accept what they are doing.
The ideology.
So tell me, yes, Because it is written in their doctrine to lie for their religion. But also
like that's where lunatic that went to Turkey and started talking about Biafra, talking about IPOB. Like they are
can you imagine? Can you imagine?
You get?
It is because the truth is because what they are doing, they want to reach that Biafra, but they need to clear all this part of the road. They need to clear all of them. So to clear what these people towards the Atlantic Ocean. So see the Biafra.
Because you see, with this prince, for those who cannot use their own discerning mind to process this, let me put it out, right? You see, with this arrangement, all they needed is to be your neighbor as close as possible and then take over.
Exactly.
Take over, they go to the to become their neighbor. So with this arrangement that Tinubu is putting in place, they don't even have to really fight that much war anymore. Because the government of APC can establish them in every geopolitical zones, bring them closer.
Exactly.
And then the day they are going to wage war, it's not going to be like they will need to get through the Middle Beltans anymore. No. They will just have to destroy the Middle Belt they want to destroy, but they don't need them to get to the east or to the west because
they
don't. Has already established ranches for them legally. So
exactly.
It's still a government ranches, but before you know it, they will begin to name them Fulani settlement. You get
exactly.
Before you know it, it's become gazetted as part of Nigerians' documents, and
I'm telling you,
neighbors.
But these people are wiser than Nigerians, all of them put together. Because why Nigerians
is the point? They are not wiser.
That's what
it's the selfish.
Let me tell you how they are wiser.
See. When Bokwari was there, right? You might think, they're wiser, you get. But there is no Bokwari in power now. So why is that ideology of Bokwari being pursued by Tinubu?
Let me explain to you.
Wait, Bokwari is dead now, Abi.
He
was the one who wanted to start Ruga. He was the one who wanted to promote the grazing route. He was the one who was promoting the colony. He was the one promoting the settlement, ranches. He was the one opposing the railway bills. All of this just to resettle Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. You get that, right?
Yes.
He is dead now.
Yes.
Why are
let me explain to you now.
Because it is Tinubu that now established ministry for them. It is Tinubu that now writes.
Let me explain to you.
It's Tinubu that wants to branches for them. Why? Is
correct.
Fulani, is it?
Correct. Correct. Now let me explain to you why. Yes. Let me explain to you because you see, when I say they are wiser, I don't mean they are wiser in terms of survival or their way of life or anything.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Why they are wiser is because they are pushing one thing and one thing alone, and they have pursued it from beginning. While our own generation after generation have been disappearing, the Zik and Awolowo and all of them, they have gone, and nobody continued from their ideology because their ideology did not hold water. Their ideology, when you enter a union, as we are now this, let's forget about what we were before. You will forget about your journey along the road. Some part of the history will delete. Some of them will not remain again. We are in this union as Nigerians. But these people have only one mission. And that one mission, they pursued it from beginning. They were teaching it along the line, until this very day. They have not left that mission. That is why they are still united with their brothers in Nigeria and Burkina Faso and all those other places. They consider themselves one. Why do I say so? When they entered this union, what did their father say? Their father say, we are entering this union knowing that.
Go on, Baba.
Thank you. So that is the one mission they have pursued.
Their own forefathers' estates, beholden to them by Danfodio. And people reminded them that Danfodio can't anywhere call Nigeria. He never even conquered
because they don't.
Nigeria is your forefathers' estate or something. Which Nigeria?
Yes. I'm still coming on.
With you.
So that's about associate pẹ̀lú àwọn Somalians. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì àti àwọn nuisance tó wà ní north yẹn tó ń play fún wọn. Because they are not supposed to be, they are not part of Nigeria. But when they come and meet you, they will say, why do you people not like this president? Why don't they do like this? Because we don't like Muslim president. We don't like Buhari. That is why. If go and look at all those Muslim countries, I'm not related to why Morocco King Gattan had to insult Jonathan Gattan when there was one thing that happened. He said no, he's not visiting that place that they are treating his brothers anyhow. That's the news they are playing to all their Muslim brothers, and that's what is playing. Yes. So now the power that people are getting, why they have this mission, the mission is so strong because if you go to all the Muslim belts in Middle East, one push one, technique. That's why they have no shame. That's why upon all the blood that we made, they are still not, they are still shameless, they are still going ahead. That is because of all this blood. Now that is shamelessly pouring out, that America has no choice. That to say, we have to name this thing a Christian jihad, a Muslim jihad towards Christians, for it to have legislative power and force. That's why you see the likes of Israel. They have to form it in a way that they can enter to register. Because this is why Europe is splitting now. Or Europe, they think they're all black. They're all black. Well, yeah, you see this one.
Leave them alone.
They will come take resources to lead Christians to that. They will come take it. Even our lay, what visit Nigeria, our America, what visit Nigeria, all bad resources.
Yeah, no,
all of them visit Nigeria. They don't care about.
But they have to go there.
Exactly.
Victims, yeah.
Exactly. You understand? So that's why I say people have been wise from day one to know their single mission. That if they get this mission, they get every other thing. But I want to be president. It's like have 20,000 presidents because of the shame there. Before you remove it, can you remove all the how many northern states you have? Can you remove
19.
All their representatives in the house? Can you remove them? You need to go into
just 12 though. But they love to call Nigeria 19 states with the middle belt, and they are trying to invade, to destroy. Like I'm like, how can they be your brother and you are
don't forget
treated like this?
Don't forget to. They don't need the United States. They don't need all the citizens in the United States. They just need their political appointees, and they need the Supreme Court.
They just need to control.
If any political appointee,
space.
Yes, exactly. So in the political space, if anybody in the political space doesn't align, want to yokro. But I remember you win your election. Exactly. So they don't. So you can't be a reverend father in the way.
Be wondering why not doing everything to these people, but you'll be wondering.
Exactly.
Giving you reasons why they cannot just do that. We can't do that.
Exactly.
But you'll be wondering, like, why are you talking like this?
Exactly.
Just give people, logistics to go after these people. You can't.
Exactly.
It does.
So, Baba.
The line they will say.
Exactly. So you understand it now. If you pursue one single mission, you are most likely to achieve it than if you pursue 50 single mission. Because you know that one single mission, that one, if you capture it, you have captured the rest. That is why they can just come tomorrow and just say, as you gazette for federal government, and you will not do anything because if you go from court to court, because you reach Supreme Court will tell you are not the owner of the land. That is what they are doing. Look at Abuja, they just come today and say, from here to that side, the federal government, you cannot do that. And the worst part is what part in our city is there. So you cannot do you take away. Yes. So the only way is if America does not finish this job, these people will finish it for them. Because if this doesn't lead to Nigeria waking up, then
Prince.
Because if they don't remove that Sharia law, there will be no Nigeria. Because America has said that you must remove it. They cannot because shame.
They can't because they have built a lot around it.
That's what I'm telling you.
They have built a lot around.
That's what I'm telling you.
Political lies.
Exactly.
So if it's going to expose a lot of things. So they would rather die.
And Trump need to.
No, they said they would go to war If America insists to,
Trump need to finish this. Trump need to finish this job before his administration finishes. Otherwise, before some of his father wa.
Anyway,
so, Baba, that's what I'm telling you. They are wiser than us.
Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, I really appreciate the engagement. All right, you have a very wonderful afternoon. Okay,
Bye-bye.
That's the prince. So, and I think I have Elder Theophilus Oloyede. Did I still get that right, Baba?
Hello, Maiyegun.
My leader. Elder
How are you, my brother?
How are you today, sir? Or Merry Christmas, rather.
Merry Christmas, and I'm wishing you a prosperous 2026.
Amen. In advance.
It shall be well. It shall be well with all of us and the people in the house.
All of us. Amen. On their behalf.
Yeah. Maiyegun,
sir.
This should be the beginning of the end.
Right.
Of Nigeria. Because we've been saying it, we've been shouting, we've been doing every sort of things to make things better. But you see, when people are saying northerners, I don't want to go that route. I would rather say the Fulanis. Maiyegun.
Okay.
I'm not going to say northerners, I'm going to say Fulani.
Because northerner means a lot. I get you, sir.
It means a lot. Because if Sheikh Gumi can come out and start saying, with this development, it's going to divide Nigeria, it's going to bring religious war, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? If Nigerians divide today, who cares? I just put it there, divide Nigeria to save lives.
That's right. Break it up.
This should
save lives.
Break it up. Because now, my advice go to the southerners, the southeast, the southwest, the south. This is the time for them to open their inner understandings and their eyes. Because if not, like the former caller said, if Trump did not finish this job, and these people have the opportunity of coming back to power,
to regroup
again. Oh my God. It's gonna be disaster. It's gonna be disaster.
We do not have the full detail of the airstrike yet.
The airstrike yet.
For instance, sir, because for many of these airstrikes that have been ordered under Trump, they were very much strategic and specific, straight to the target. So we're expecting that some of these top-rank terrorists, Fulani terrorists, Lakurawa terrorist leaders, ISWAP terrorist leaders, we expect all these 22 different terror groups operating in northern Nigeria, which of them is in Sokoto, especially Lakurawa, to have also suffered a lot of But again, I am still rooting, looking around for more on the past.
Maiyegun, the Trump administration is not as full as those Gumis and the rest of them. Because they were saying, why not Borno? Why not? These people have taken survey. They know where. Now the thing is, these Fulanis are like, okay, if they are coming, they will come to Ibadan. So let us go and hide. Because they know that we are operating from Ibadan. So let's go to Akure. And the Trump people, the so-called surveillance people, they are taking survey of their movement.
They are. I mean, so some of them got leaked. Some of those surveillance got leaked, where we're seeing different flights. Baba, between October and even as at yesterday, it was reported that the American UAV or something, not this unmanned drones, right? Yeah. They said that they've taken more than 1,600 trips to Nigeria. Different spots, different places and all of that. So this information is not completely public, right? But they are giving us snippets. They are releasing some snippets. See that one. Look at this. These are things that you can see. Others you can't.
And more strikes are coming, Maiyegun.
That's it.
That's why I said this should be the beginning of the end of Nigeria. We are waiting. We will see. We will see. The end will surely justify the means.
Exactly.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
I mean, at the point, remember that they thought the old storm was over. They said that if you handled it very well, Trump is not coming again. Trump
is not coming again.
No.
With their lies and their propaganda.
You get that? Like, he promised something. And he also said in his word that he wanted Nigeria to act. He didn't say he wants to come and act. He said Nigeria must act. What he expected was that this intelligence they said they gave to them, they should have used it. They were the one who was supposed to actually take out these terrorists in this manner. But they could order for the Air Force to fly to aircraft to fly to Benin Republic because of under 1 hour. But for 60 days, they couldn't use their own intelligence reports. Intelligence they gave to America. They couldn't use it to take out the terrorists, Baba. I hope this is not going to be a one-off. There should be buy one, get 10 free at the end of the
Buy one, get 10 free. Buy one, get 10 free.
You should have a good month, sir, and a good weekend.
Yeah. I wish you same, my brother.
Yes, sir. Elder Theo, Oneyide, there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I've got the line opened, talking about them taking people's lands and demolishing people's homes. Do you know that even today, that is Boxing Day, where the Wike is demolishing homes in this River Park estate in Abuja?
Today is the 26th day of December 2025. These literally are buildings that have been on for the past 2.5 years, been demolished by the FCT administration. Despite the subsistence of a court order issued on the 17th of September 2025 by the FCT High Court. The last time they were here before Christmas, they claimed they were ignorant of the court order, and that is despite the fact that the court order had been served on them. Well, they're back again today, the 26th day of December 2025, to continue demolition.
Country will not respect any law or any court judgment. Together, that's not a country that anybody should be proud of. So Shitty Man is recorded to have visited the survivors of the Gamburu Market Mosque. Gamburu Market Mosque. Yeah, there was a bomb blast that killed. Now the update says that 7 people died in that bomb blast, suicide bomb blast that took place inside the mosque in Gamburu Market in Borno State 2 nights ago, right? And here was a Shitty Man who is said to be on a Christmas holiday. Yeah, he's on Christmas holiday to Borno, but now he has to go and pay a sort of a get well soon visit to the survivors of the suicide bombing that is believed to have been carried out by the SWAP. Suicide bombing. That is the comeback.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor, welcome to the Muhammad Buhari Trauma Center. On eve of the Christmas. This one has and already been operated on. Sustained 1 billion injuries and have already successfully operated on.
May God give them, quick healing. So, I don't know how to do prayers, right? But may God heal them. Is that not what you say? So, brethren, I want to say thank you to you for joining me this afternoon. It's kind of like impromptu, unplanned, but there will be a better planned one, probably for later this evening. So thank you very much for your time. If you joined us late, I think, it's pretty much like a detailed and straightforward enough for you. Just roll it back, okay? And watch it from where you possibly missed. I'm going to see everybody sometimes, nah. I've got a caller. Let's take this before I call it today, okay? Here. Hello. Let's hope you made it, man. Hello. No? All right. That's should be the last shot. That's it. Oh, hang on. I don't know what happened though. It's like I've missed. You've kind of like missed it. Or you get disconnected from the main one, Baba. That's a shame, right? Yeah, you have to try me again probably another time. Sorry about that. Sokoto is also pretty much like significant, sending message to the heart of the caliphate, which has been accused of harboring these terrorists behind the scene, openly and even behind the scene, to try to, they denied it though, right? But the reactions that we actually expected was to see that maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 10 of these terrorist leaders have been killed, but we are yet to get one. One prominent terrorist in that part of Nigeria, his name is Bello Turuji, is prominent. He's, he's been in Pali, or should I say Pali, with several state governments. He's been paid amnesty money several times. He's been to government houses where they've signed peace deals with him, which most of them actually fell through. So the airstrike has happened, or we believe that have started, so to say. So on the program tonight, you would have that chance of, calling in to share your own personal views on this. I mean, engage and have a chat around it. So I'm going to keep the line opened right from the beginning of the program. So we have had those who believe that the airstrikes against these terrorists yesterday was actually successful, like Donald Trump himself actually put it. I'm going to reread that. We did read that this afternoon in our brunch time. So Trump said the targeted terrorists have been neutralized and eliminated. Here he said, tonight at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly airstrike against ISIS terrorist camps in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, they would be held to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. So this was like the Christmas Day gift given to the terrorists, as many have come to see it. Like I said, many reactions of how did Nigeria get to this level? Enough that they couldn't really protect ourselves and our citizens, that the United States of America had to kind of like drop several bombs at several locations in northern Nigeria. One of the, initially we had the footage of the people, in these communities where it's believed that the sharpness of the bomb flew to. And yeah, we are yet to actually see the said cooperation between Nigeria and America. There are questions, by the way. Okay. So some are saying, did America actually really get their targets? I mean, the terrorists in their den and all that. Did American bomb, did they actually really get the terrorists? Or if we have to look at what the foreign minister of Nigeria, Tugat, I think that's his name, Tugar, right? Yusuf Tugar, who said they authorized, the airstrikes, which means they allowed the America to carry out the airstrike in Nigeria. And he also said, the airstrikes and all that were also kind of like the collaborative, the collaborative job between Nigeria and the US. So they supplied the intelligence that the United States of America acted on. Now, this is us making use of the publicly available information to try to make sense out of this whole thing, right? Before we arrive anywhere, okay? So Nigeria did their own or gathered their own intelligence reports on these terrorists, but we don't know for how long. People have told us repeatedly, okay, that the Nigerian government and their officials, their agents, they do know these terrorists, including their locations. But their own reasons why they can't go after the terrorists like you would expect. It's because from their intels, right, the terrorists have now mingled with the locals. Therefore, there will be so much kind of like collateral damages if they should go after them. So that's why they can't nuke them. So from this intelligence report, again, publicly available, they said they supplied probably other ones that are not publicly available to the United States of America. So if the United States of America acted on this supposed intel from Nigeria, could they have offered intel where America bombs, they will be coordinated to go and just bomb some open field, forest, and the rest of that? And with this, it will just be like a warning sign for the terrorists to say, this is how much we can protect you. You need to probably begin to find your way out of this place now. America is very much close. Now, my theory may sound a little bit far-fetched or so, but it's not. Right now, usually, right, when things like this happens, right, the next step footage you are going to see will be either the military, Nigerian soldiers, if they are working together for real, Nigerian soldiers, right, would immediately after the airstrikes, right, they will be on foot, like on ground, to begin to sweep any escaping terrorist. For those who might want to like escape, sweep them, clear them, maybe kill them, or arrest those they could arrest, right? So by this morning, right, the full report will be, but the operation that happened in Sokoto State yesterday saw to the either arrest or the death of these certain individuals known as terrorist leaders. Do you get what I mean? That's what you would just, you would expect, but that is not what we are getting. And this is why when you begin to piece this whole thing together, right, without actual official details, okay, it will begin to, kind of make sense and say, okay, if Nigeria was truly involved, if America indeed worked with Nigeria, these areas that were bombed, they were actual, terrorist den, no doubt, okay? However, did they bomb the terrorists themselves, like in their camps, as as it should be? Well, we are not sure of that. After the community clips that showed, the sharpness or whatever of the bombs and the fire as well, the blazing and all that, but no civilian casualty, and we do not have the record of any of these terrorists also killed so far, okay? There is a clip of a burning bush, meaning one of the bombs possibly like landed in a camp that is not known to be a community, so to say. So is that a camp of terrorists, or it's just one one deep forest that this bomb like dropped? So many questions. But here is that, hang on, I think I have this one. A burning bush. Sorry, did somebody say they can't hear me again? Is that right? I mean, you should be able to. I believe. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me like loud and clear? Yeah? I know I'm actually not screaming. I wish I could. Do you get me now? Say burning bush. That did not look like a settlement or a camp. So many questions. Each, each bomb descent, tomahawk, I think it's called, each of them is believed to have cost between $2 to $3 million. And from what they said, right, it is believed that the African, the African Command of the United States of America, right, which brought that warship that launched that rocket and sent them to Nigeria, right, the Tomahawk rocket like that, right? They say it's believed that they did send up to 10 of them to different locations and different targets, so to say. And if you send 10, that's like Nigeria is already owing America between 20 and $30 million for that operation last night. That's kind of like an expensive operation, right? So you would want something more, right, than just a burning bush. You get what I mean? Like you would want to see something more than just a burning bush or the sharpness of a burning flame in the open field and all of that. That kind of beggars the questions again, like, did America use their own intelligence? The one we believe they are capable of actually having, right? Where they have all this surveillance that is kind of like taking pictures, different locations across the country in the last 2 months. So it is believed that if they use their own intelligence, and their own intel, I don't think we'll be seeing some of these rockets landing in an open field or some close to some, resident community, or so to say. Questions. So they said the operation continues, meaning what we have just witnessed, right, is just the beginning. So here is what has been established that we can put into perspective, okay? 2 months ago, when Donald Trump waded into all of this, right? And then their investigation, including an open congressional hearing on the killings going on in Nigeria. So within that space of 2 months, okay, Nigeria, under Tinubu and this APC, they spend decisive time, or their decisive number of times, on this propaganda of trying to, deflect, or trying to kind of like control the narratives, while the terrorists are having field day. You see this Sokoto, where you have this Lakurawa terrorists, they said they are more deadlier than this Boko Haram and ISWAP, and even supposedly the Fulani terrorists. Their own is kind of more deadlier in a way that Sokoto State is their, is their base. There were reports that after the airstrike last night, right? They said they saw some of these terrorists. Again, we do not have any visual of that escaping terrorists from this axis, okay? Running towards Niger Republic and others trying to spread to other neighboring states. As Sokoto State that was supposed to take them out, the airstrike that was supposed to take them out, possibly didn't really take them out because, you know, they were able to escape and there was nobody who is there to sweep and possibly like round them up. Something that could have been a signal to other places where these same actions is expected to take place. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I guess, the question, like, you know. Anyway, I'll leave that on the side while, you know, like I said, the line will remain opened. And that's for my viewers, you, to have your own say. What do you think, right, is possibly like going on? I mean, is this strike against these terrorists, this first show of force by the United States of America, is it pretty much like precise on the targeted locations where these terrorists have lived for so long now, right? Or this is just a kind of like a warning shot where the terrorists will feel the presence, the impact of the Americans, you know, firepower. And then the next one they are going to probably see, I mean, here, they are never going to see it, or they would never even hear it. So it's a trick that people are beginning to look into, like, you know, if Nigeria is involved, if Nigerian officials are truly involved, okay, did they give them the intel to take out these terrorists, or the intel to pretty much like warn them and get them to move? You don't know, right? We will come back to that. Another scandal that is about to hit their supposed polity in the next few days is that of this tax law, okay? You know, a lot of people have been expressing their worries and all that. The people working for government says, you shouldn't worry yourself. You are not the target. 90% of you are not the target. The remaining 10% who are like the rich are the real target. Those of you who are workers, from January, you'll begin to see that they will be deducting less taxes from you. But if you're a business owner, if you don't make this certain amount of money, they'll be deducting, you'll be paying lesser taxes as well, or even exempted. But what about the alterations that have been spotted, a crime that has been committed? What is the position of the supposed drafters of this law on this, right? Well, to them, they are mere speculations. However, behind the scene, we are now receiving the report that they are plotting to do what is called regazetting. So when the National Assembly makes laws, right, the next thing is that, you know, they pass it on to the executive, the president, to sign it. The moment the president has sent his own signature to that, right, it becomes law at that point, right? And the only way to change anything at all in that supposed new law will be to send it back to the National Assembly for an amendment. But at that moment, when the president signs it, right, it becomes law and it gets gazetted. Being gazetted means it is now law. So for anybody to change anything in it at all, you would go for amendments. But that's not what happened in this case. So it's been alleged and it's been proven that what was submitted or what Tinubu signed is completely different from what he gazetted, which is what they are going to implement in January. So this raised so much questions of, you know, abuse of legislative privileges, abuse of executive this and that, including treasonable felony, if it's ever investigated. And indeed, people are made to answer for their own misdeed. So how could you, right, insert something into the law that is going to be operated in the whole country, right, against what was signed? I don't think that is probably going to really matter, because those who are supposed to really investigate it, those who are supposed to raise the alarm, the National Assembly, have been, you know, fingered in the plot to have this supposed, altered, the altered gazetted law returned back to them, whereby they can just copy it at the same time and then re-gazette it. I don't even understand what that means, right? But a lot of them have been meeting Kolu in Lagos, including the people they call the Tax Implementation Committee, where Taiwo Yedele is one of them, the guy who is the head of those who drafted this new one, right? And then he had this to say.
Allegations about operation. The federal government is committed to working with the National Assembly if and when any action is required. And therefore, they plan to commence the new law, the two remaining new laws on the 1st of January 2026. We go ahead as planned or scheduled because these reforms are designed to provide relief to the Nigerian people. Bottom 98% of workers will see either no PAYE tax or lower taxes to be paid. Small businesses, 97% of them will be exempted from corporate income tax, VAT, withholding tax, and large businesses will see a drop in the taxes that they pay. The whole idea being to try and promote economic growth, inclusivity, as well as shared prosperity for our people. So we're actually excited at the progress we're making, and we're looking forward to January 1st, 2026.
Okay, now. Can you speak to how much the government is
So the tax reform bills were at the National Assembly for 9 months, from October 2024 until June 2025. And that, for us, preparation started from day one. And since the laws were signed, we've also had now about 6 months in which we've been doing preparation, capacity building, system upgrade, and sensitization. You would agree that this kind of reform is work in progress. You never get to perfection, you get better as you go along. So we believe that we're at a point already.
Very sorry about the audio. It was kind of like a poor one to some extent, right? Sorry, I missed one of the callers earlier. So if you have a chance, you can still pretty much try again. All right. So in that same building, Kolu also received the Christian Association of Nigeria. Like they paid him homage for Christmas in Lagos. And to them, right, the government is doing its best to, combat the insecurity, and their job is to keep praying for Kolu. We're going to go back to Sokoto, by the way, but this was Lagos.
Yeah, thank you very much. This visit by the leaders of Christian Association of Nigeria to the home of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his wife, the mother of the nation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is to felicit his first family in this particular period of Christmas, and to appreciate them for what they are doing, especially for providing for the poor and being committed to moving our country forward. And of course, the recent efforts they are making to see that Nigeria every Nigerian lives in peace in this country. It is something that we are so happy about. I can tell you, this Christmas happened to be the first Christmas in many years that we were not woken up with a phone call at midnight to say that the church was attacked. And it is a testimony that we must share, and we hope and pray that this will continue. We are also here to pledge our commitment to continue to work with the President for the progress and development of our country, Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
No, we will say that the President is responsive, to the issues that are being raised. We are seeing renewed efforts and renewed commitment, to strengthen the security architecture and to make sure that at least Nigerians will be going out in peace and coming back in peace. Of course, there is still a lot to be done, but we know that the President has started very well, and we pray that this will be sustained. And we hope that maybe by next year we'll be able to see visible results of what's been done.
Thank you. Please, can you introduce yourself and your designation?
My name is Archbishop Daniel Oko, the President of Kano.
Archbishop Daniel Oko, that's the President of Christian Association of Nigeria. We are here to come and appreciate what the President is doing. You do not know that the reason why you don't have attacks on Christmas Day, attacks on churches on Christmas Day, is simply because of this Donald Trump's threat to start with. There were actual expectation that these terrorists were going to act, because they've been attacking on, is that going to be on the eve of Christmas, on the Christmas Day? There's always in the last 10 years. You know what I mean? But indeed, this is the first time. And that is not because of Tinubu and what have you. In fact, if the terrorists have their ways, right? You've seen how much of these church attacks they've done in the last, even after Donald Trump's threat. But Christmas Day attack, only for the terrorists to be the one to receive a special package. Missiles from America's, what do you call that thing again? Your aircraft carrier, which is pretty much like your war machine moving itself, right? In the US. So it was the terrorists who got a special package from America, so to say. So they went there to go and say thank you to Kalu, and hoping that this will probably be sustained enough that by this time next year, people won't be so worked up about this terror. Sorry again that I missed your call. I think Windy City was trying to get through earlier, and so did, I'll leave the line open again. I'm sorry. So you called in when I was about to put in that last clip. All right. So this is the problem. They went there to, I'm not saying that they have to fight the government before their voice or their demand that should be met, or so to say. No. But you see this level of psychophancy, ass leaking, and the rest of that contributed to the, to this level, to this level of rot or ruin, and then this shame and embarrassment that Nigeria is currently, having to experience. Unfortunately, those in government are not that shameful. They are so shameless enough. So we have said that for Nigeria to show that indeed they want to keep the people, safe, the terrorists are not operating in secret or in hideouts anymore. In fact, many of them have become even famous, that they are receiving international media who are interviewing them, asking them why they are doing what they are doing. And they've always been saying the same thing. Oh, the government neglected them. The government didn't this, the blah, the blah. And people say, well, Nigerians have been suffering marginalization for 6 decades, probably more. All right. And not everybody picked up the guns to start killing other people or kidnapping them simply because governments ignored them. These guys are operating freely. Government officials are speaking for them. I mean, indirectly, telling us that a non-kinetic approach is what will, solve it, which means they have to keep dialoguing with them. But the main question is that what exactly is the, reason why Nigerians are to be slaughtered and killed and hunted like animals in their own country, to turn to refugees in their own country? Like, what would be their sin? Do you get what I mean? Like, but obviously, for those who have established this, there's so many things driving them. We have those who are being funded by those even in government, or those who have a powerful connection with those in government. Do you get me now? They are being funded and also being protected, where many of Nigeria's mineral resources are being illegally, as we speak, illegally mined and taken out of the country. So most of the areas where these terrorists domiciled, that's why when people say the terrorism in Nigeria is multifaceted, they are not wrong, okay? But at the same time, they all come from the same roots: bad leadership, compromised leadership, a government that lacks legitimacy. You know what I mean? So if there is one, it is this Tinubu's regime, this Tinubu's government. Legitimacy is one of the problems facing Tinubu, or probably the major problems facing Tinubu. Legitimacy, where people pretty much don't, even the terrorists don't probably regard the regime itself as being legitimate. So if not for legitimacy problems, right? You and I believes that the sponsor of terrorism, those who are moving their money, some of these people and their names, their businesses, their involvement in all of this terrorism in Nigeria are all in the open, in public. And then you'll be asking yourself and be like, why is it so difficult for the government to actually cut the source from the roots rather than be cutting the branches? Those who have used the opportunity of, entrenching themselves in the system, okay, for this same purpose of sabotaging the country, terrorizing the country for their own personal gain. These people exist within the polity so much that they feel protected too. I mean, untouchable. Windy City. Hello there.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, compliment of the season, Maiyegun.
Compliment of the season to you, sir. I mean, it's so wonderful to hear from you, Baba. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. You?
Well, I'm very well. I mean, I'm smiling, if you can see on your screen right now, because that's how I feel inside your voice.
Well, I know. I'm always behind the.
So you are with us this hour, and Donald Trump.
Now,
your country.
Yes.
Have struck Nigeria.
Well,
a lot of people are feeling like the sovereignty of Nigeria has been breached, and it was
to hell with their sovereignty.
Do you get what I mean? But people are saying, what sovereignty? Many reactions though.
To hell with their sovereignty. Okay. If they think America need anything from them, they got something else coming. That missile alone, it cost $2.2 million per one. And the launcher, the platform that is being launched from, cost $6.2 million. Okay? So when they launch one, you are just spend like 8.4 to launch one. So now, but the reason why I call,
that means they've actually
what happened?
Nearly $100 million for what they just did last night alone. If we are
they don't know. You see, they don't know. Nigeria doesn't know.
We are not hearing the terrorists killed or any of their leaders, so to say. You know, the speculation that if Nigeria is actually involved in the operation, could they have been given wrong coordinates so that these missiles will just land somewhere that will send shiver down the spine of the terrorists enough for them to escape? What do you think about that speculation?
Excuse my French, but that's baloney.
It is baloney.
Let's look at let's look at the bigger picture.
Right.
We don't look at it from the frame of Nigeria, America. Look at the whole continent, West Africa. You see, Nigeria just signed their death warrant yesterday. What happened? Because, you know, we got Chinese and we got Russian, okay?
That's right.
And Nigeria, in West Africa, Nigeria is the biggest, most populous, surrounded by Francophone countries.
That's right.
And the Francophone countries, they don't want to have anything to do with France. They don't have anything to do with the West. So now, for America, and you remember, Mali chased America away from their country.
That's right.
So that disturbed the framework they used to use to control that region. America is now looking for another way to get a foothold. And opportunity presented itself because we have a stupid old people running the show in Nigeria.
Nigeria was a real place, right? Nigeria would have actually taken the role of the big brother in that axis.
Yeah.
In the absence of America.
Yes. So now America is looking for a foothold. And now America got what they wanted. What happened yesterday might just be a show. Now they got the control of our sky now.
Yep.
Which, if you look at it, from Nigeria, from where I think it's Gulf of Guinea, where the ship was, where the missile was launched.
Now they said this was.
They can target. Guess how many countries they can target? Cameroon, Mali, Nigeria, Niger. Okay. All because Nigeria is so stupid. Because Nigeria they don't behave like a grown up. You can't take care of your own house. Now you're taking another country.
Can I say something?
To come and yes.
Windy City, right? Can I say something here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nigeria lost respect. I don't know, maybe it's been for a long time ago, or it became very much obvious in the last 3 years because of the baggages that Tinubu carries. You know, what they have, the compromise and the rest of
Nigeria.
Some said
Nigeria lost their way. Nigeria lost their respect, their dignity, their humanity when they came back to when they changed what do they call it? Democracy. This won't happen under the military. America wanted a base in Nigeria. Abacha turned him down. Babangida turned him down. Look at Buhari, a grade 2 teacher, doesn't know what is going on. Okay? So, they don't know anything on the international stage. Baba Oluorun, Baba Tinubu.
Diplomatically, they are like
rubbish. Yeah, the Tinubu guy doesn't know anything apart from probably dealing with drugs. So they think the way to run the country is just to print the money, share among yourself, let people be killed. Who cares?
Do their local politics and the rest of that. That's all they know about running.
Are you? I don't know if you remember this. I think you said something about this when Tinubu was campaigning. He actually met with a lady from the north. They tried to, yeah.
Yep.
Remember what he told that lady?
She asked him.
The lady said, "Have you?"
Yeah, she said
okay.
Tinubu called to meet with her in London.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she asked him, "What do you have for the north?" And he said, "Nothing. But if you have an idea,
because
you can give it to me.
Because
I don't have anything for the north."
No. And the woman, another fashion is that I can't do anything. They will kill me. So that means Tinubu, in order for Tinubu to become a president, he must have signed a pact with the Satan in the north. And look at the telltale sign, what has been going on.
Like, why
you got Matawali?
Got will to go after the terrorists. A lot of people are asking that. Maybe this.
Okay, Maiyegun.
Sir.
If you know my secret, the secret that can send me away for years, will I ever step over the red line? If you draw a red line, will I ever step over it?
You will not want to.
I don't think so.
You will never want to.
That's exactly what is. That's exactly.
But
look at Matawali.
What cost to tens of thousands of people that are going to be the victims of
but
this
because these people do. If you think any Nigerian government or leader think about the people, then we don't know what we are talking about. We might as well pack up and go home. Right. They don't. You remember the budget is always based on petroleum. We have gold. We have uranium. You have everything. Those are privately controlled. Those are privately controlled by the kebab or whatever they call them. You remember one of the northern states? Oh yeah, one of the. That's because that's the money they use to fund terrorism.
I never actually thought of that, though. I mean.
Oh yes.
Be building their on crude oil.
Look,
about that resources.
Look,
they've done
because that is private.
They have conditioned the mind of Nigerians, millions, old and young. Conditioned their mind to make it more like. So when they want to deceive them, they will say they are diversifying. They are making money from oil. Hello, what about other resources? I never heard that.
You remember on your show long time ago when you did a program about one of the northern governor. They discovered gold and he said, "This is." I think it's Zamfara State. He said, "This is our gold. This is all Nigerian gold."
Matawale.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
The video
and now,
where he displayed gold bars in his office when he was governor. He displayed gold bars.
Did you know?
Yep.
Did you know that this guy is supposed to be, even in jail, probably still on an exile because of the atrocity. He bought pickup trucks for the terrorists.
It was the guy who
he built a house for them.
Windy City.
So he look. So what we are talking about is like we just need to. We got two problems now. We have to pick out of the two devils. Remember, before this thing happened yesterday, guess who came out to talk?
Who?
Netanyahu.
That's right.
Netanyahu will be bad for Nigeria, bad for West Africa. If it was Israelis that came to Nigeria yesterday, there will be a lot of casualty. If it's one terrorist in a whole yard or in a whole town, they will level that country. They will level that town.
I don't think Israel will
see what they did
in this sense. It's only America that's got such power, I think.
Trust me, every single let's look at the international.
Is that what you're saying?
let's look at the geopolitics now. If the terrorists in Nigeria, they manage to capture Nigeria, all the natural resources and everything, okay, now not only Nigeria, they will be able to conquer Niger, Mali, and everything. The Europe is in trouble. They have now the terrorists are in control of uranium. Remember, one country, I forgot the country now, the Arab country that is sponsoring Hezbollah. So now, if they capture West Africa, if the terrorists, all these we swap, and if they capture all those natural resources, that is more problem for Israel. So Israel is in the game.
Right.
You will not wait. Yes. So it's a problem. I just pray to God that they don't use West Africa, Nigeria, or Africa
as the
what do you call it?
Venue for
battleground.
Right.
Battleground.
The battleground for this.
So that's all I got to say, man. All right.
Thank you so
much. Have a good one, my man. All right.
You have a very good one, sir. Okay. So let's have this. Here. Hello. Let's see if this. Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry if you would have to actually like call back. Okay. For some reason, sometimes the connections can be tricky. Sorry about that. So let's try this. Yeah. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Doctor.
Maiyegun.
Sir. I am
Maiyegun.
You know, our next Californian governor. Governor is what are you going for now, sir?
Mono.
You are still on, right?
Donald Trump got to endorse me. Donald Trump got to endorse me. My win, I'm going to win. I am going to win. Yes, I am going to win. Yes.
I didn't know that you are a Republican. Are you Republican?
No, the Republican there, but Democrat there, just like Bernie Sanders, right. Independent. So yeah, just like Bernie Sanders.
Yes. It's actually really great to hear from you too. Are you following what is going on? Because you are one of those who said we should look forward to what Trump will do, and it's not going to announce, it's not going to tell anybody, and it just happened now.
And that's why I called to give you. That's why I called to give you the update. Right. That's why I called.
The next governor of California, by the grace of God.
By God's grace. By God's grace. Do second next year. Next year, that's the election. Primary election, and by God's grace, I am going to win.
Yeah.
Do second of 2026. That's for the primary election.
Right.
Yes, do second.
All the best, sir. Yeah. All the best. I mean, if you become governor of California, right? People like us can probably make California our next home. You know what I mean? So all the best, Doctor.
Yes.
Nigeria is receiving missile from Trump, and we don't know if this
that's why I called. We call him Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump, man. Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump. He's good. Daddy Trump. Now, Gumi. Let's start with Gumi. Right. Gumi.
Yes,
Gumi is of no issue. Is of no issue. Is a immaterial. Gumi. The word Gumi. Yeah. So that one has been marked already. He has been marked already by the U.S. government. Gumi he has been marked already. Yes. So it's of no issue.
Do you get what I mean? Like, it should be questioned. This is not normal.
I know. I said just mark it down. So that's why I just started with him now. That Gumi is of no issue. That Gumi has been marked. Marked. Marked.
With the quotes.
Yeah, he has been marked. And God bless you. Oh, Maiyegun, you are you are too much. Why me?
Because that could be something that could be beyond to come and work for you.
Yes. Now,
but let's go to the next one.
So, Gumi, So that's okay. Gumi, he has been marked, so it's of no use. Now, yes, he has been marked. Yeah. So so that strike, and the you know that when I called earlier on about 2 months ago, when I called you,
yes,
I told you that Nigerian military they have been compromised.
And you didn't lie.
So you exactly 90%. That's the eyes of 90% of the Nigerian military already they have been compromised. So let me give you an example, and which U.S. government already known that already. Okay, look at that man, the one that said will be banked, Gumi. His own son is one of the officers in the Nigerian military. His own son.
You're right.
God bless people. They're so brilliant. Yes. So U.S. government too.
Even Gumi himself, right, is a retired captain in the Nigerian army.
We all know that. We all know that. So we all know that. So 90% of the Nigerian military are already being compromised.
Is that being compromised? Or just
so yes,
it's a fact.
90%. Because yes, it's a fact. Yeah,
right.
90%.
Right.
Because all these sponsors of terrorists, we all know them. We all know them. Yes, and if worse comes to worse, water will be dropped.
What does that mean? Water will be dropped.
Water will be dropped. Okay, let me give you. If worse comes to worse, water will be dropped. The one that I dropped about 18 years ago. 18 years ago, water will be dropped in that 12 state of northern Nigeria. Water will be dropped. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The one that was dropped
or very bad.
Are you asking me? Look at this. My
give me all the graphic, description. But I just want to know if water drop, because right now missiles they drop. Missiles are dropping, and we have no clue how long it's going to be. So if water now drops, is that like it's going to chill everything?
I don't use that word water. Water will drop. Water will drop. Water will drop. Water will drop. The one that exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I said if worse come to worse, because some people are saying that
is that atomic water?
Yes. Oh God!
I know. Sometimes, right? I probably like to elaborate it more, but in your own case, we shouldn't, because most of it are mostly classified. Yeah.
Exactly. And the funny too, the one that was dropped about 80 years out and flies, one about 80 years ago. 1945 Connie and drop. What I was dropped.
We should not drop that one in Nigeria. Hiroshima, Tinagami.
I said if what come to worse. I said if what come to worse. If what come to worse. That was what I used that word. I said if what come to worse
before this whole thing is nipping the bud. Okay. Let me take another one, Doctor.
Exactly.
Sir, it's been such a pleasure hearing from you again. Okay. And then
so God bless Maiyegun. Keep on doing your good work. Keep on doing your good work.
I will.
Keep on doing your good work. God bless you,
sir.
God bless you.
You have a good holiday, Papa. So let's have this. I think everybody wants to call in now. All right. So we should probably begin to time so we can have enough people calling. Okay? That's Dr. Agbede, ladies and gentlemen. He is a prominent member of this platform. So you know, in case if you're just hearing from him, okay, he's running to become the governor of California, and it's one of these days we might all be going for this inaugural ball in California. I have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Nice talking to you again.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for calling in. How you doing?
Finally, at least I'm able to make it into your show.
Thank you. I mean, I've been very much like discouraged to taking calls all this way because you know when we have the program and you know after my first 2 hours, most people just feel like I'm just gonna go to bed. That's me. But maybe we should begin to do it this way. You know, have people call in as early as possible. You know, and then have a wonderful program. So it's a pleasure having you on, Baba.
I remember like a couple of months ago. I think I called into the program.
Right.
And okay, let me even start by saying when she was say he actually likes old people or he hates old ideas. Now I'm actually referring to some of our veterans on this program. I don't want to call names, but I don't want to make it
like you know,
let's just get exactly. Let's get straight to the topic. You know, because I remember I called him some time ago, and I said, okay, there's this guy in Plateau. There's a pastor in Plateau. Remember, that went to the US Congress.
That's right.
Crying that they are killing Christians.
Yes.
You remember that? Crying and saying all sorts of stuff. They are killing Christians back and forth. And I remember I called him. I said, if only every other person can just still, you know, go out and, you know, let Nigerians see. In fact, the Christians in Nigeria, let them see. Because Abioya and Oyedepo, they are just lame dog. They are not going to do anything.
Exactly.
They should speak of their wounds. They are part of the system. Like, if everybody could actually, because people were actually screaming, they're killing them. Because I lived in the North for 18 years. And if anybody from the Southwest, Southeast, you don't have an idea what the Christians went through.
Honestly, I
don't want any
part.
Oh my God!
People's, you know, eyewitnesses accounts, and I've put some of this thing into like you know perspectives, and I'm like, what would life be like if any of us in the southern Nigeria is subjected to this level of this?
Oh my God!
Violence, so to say.
I don't know if we can bear it. I don't think we can.
Nobody can. Baba, forget nobody.
So nobody can bear it.
That's why you see some people that will tell you that you are exaggerating the problem of Nigeria, only for their family members.
These are the people that don't have an idea what these people went through.
Nigeria is a this, is a that. Say, when did Nigeria become that? I thought we were exaggerating. If it never happens to them, they don't really see it.
They don't have an idea. This is what I saw. I remember places like Tudunwada, Narai, Kabala Doki. I'm talking about Kaduna State now. These are places where they slaughter people like it's nothing. They burn churches. I can't just explain, because if you're from the south, if you're from the east, you've never been to the north, or you never live in the north, you don't have an idea. Just don't even involve. That is what the Ronuku, I don't know what went wrong.
That's why they always see
actually
went
wrong
from the religious perspective or from political
exactly
perspective or tribal perspective.
They don't know.
These are serious stuff.
Maiyegun in the north, the Hausa man, it's not even the Hausa. The Fulani does not want you to. He doesn't see you as an Igbo Muslim, Yoruba Muslim, or any other. They don't care. They kill every other person. They don't care. Christian, Yoruba Muslim, they kill everybody. They kill everybody. So the Muslims in the south, they don't have an idea. I see these crazy people in Ibadan welcoming Gumi and giving them lecture. I just keep wondering, I was like, what is this Yoruba people turning into? But that is not why I actually called. So I remember back then, after the man, and I said, if everybody could just start speaking the way this man is speaking, I said, whichever way, we still need the help of the Western world. I don't know how we're going to do it.
Pressure on your government. You need that.
Yeah, I choose not to call in because I was waiting for the airstrike. It only took just Donald Trump to just come in and he didn't even do much.
No.
Just a couple of tweets and just scare them with some bomb. And look at everybody's actually, at least you can see that a lot of people were so happy that we actually had someone that listened.
That's what they expect from their own government.
The cry of people.
The military, Nigeria military right now, or before now, should be given weekly updates on the areas they've liberated, the terrorists they've neutralized, some camps.
You and I, you're from Nigeria now. You know it's not going to happen. When we have the echelon of Nigeria military, every one of them, where are they from? They are all Fulani. You can see before they even carry out the strike, the US government have to order some certain Fulani extremists to be taken out of the Nigeria. I don't know. I think they retired Matawale and is it Baderu or what's the other?
Left, but you are right.
They still have a whole, not even remnants. They have a whole lot of them. So in US government, they're not going to share their secrets with Nigerian military. But my fear now is this whole thing that Donald Trump started, he's going to be out in the next couple of years. How can he help the people? Because if he's going to leave without doing anything, like just bomb here, it's going to be chaos. Because these guys will come back and it's going to be bloody than what we never seen before.
That is where the government of Nigeria should have come in. Those who are sponsors,
that is where they should come in.
You get what I mean? Those who are sponsors, whether in the military, in private, in private businesses, in public services, in politics, you round them up. That would send
it's not going to happen.
Message, in my own opinion.
No, if Donald Trump will have to come with all his faults, he has to complete the job. He has to arm some couple of people. I don't know how it's going to happen. You have to arm people. I know it's going to look like it's a far-fetched idea, but this is what will happen because Tinubu is going to lead every other people. Yeah, he's going to lead these people to the slaughter after that because the Democrats will come back and they don't give a flying F.
Within just a
they'll reverse everything. So, and secondly, the last time I called again, I said, okay, we have Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. And I chipped in and I said, how about if we start putting money together and try and get someone that is going to lobby the Trump cabinet. I remember some people called you, they were like, oh, it's not do you know what it costs to lobby someone? I said, just don't throw out an idea like that. Okay, I brought in an idea. What can we do about this? It might not be a great idea.
That's actually a very brilliant idea, and I'm glad you mentioned
what can we do?
See,
and I remember not even you. I remember some people called in and they said, "Oh, how much is this going to cost you?"
No, I'm glad you mentioned that.
More than
see, I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, there's something that could be done because if you remember very well, this is something that's been done before. When Bukwari was lobbying the U.S. Congress as well as the U.S. Senate to help them authenticate the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Yes. Right? And then American Congress rejected that. That wasn't a free rejection. IPOB, it later came to light that IPOB as an organization have been spending a lot of money to counter these false lobbyists who are working with in Washington.
And it worked.
It worked that time. And I believe that if you remember, the person who they called the chief of staff to Donald Trump on this his second term, that lady, that woman, happened to be.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her name right now, but as I'm saying it right now, some people will probably remember. I think she's chief of staff to Trump, right? So she used to be a firm, right? A firm that was working for the IPOB. She used to be the head. That was why people felt like, you see all this mention of IPOB left, right, and center by these obsessed lunatics, right? That they believe that IPOB's influence is what triggered this whole thing. It's because they believe that those who actually align with the IPOB struggle, the advocacy and the rest of that, including Nnamdi Kanu's persecution, they are so close to Trump. So to that, they believe that. You get what I mean? So there are some who believe that because of that, Nigeria and this northern, jihadists will stand no real chance. So yeah, again, that takes us back to what IPOB has been doing beyond just the campaigns and the rest of that behind the scene. Do you get what I mean? The kind of knives they are taking internationally, locally and internationally that people don't actually really see, other than the fisticuffs that you see on social media most of the time. This is a fact. Yeah. They paid. IPOB spent. This was year 2020, between 2020 and year 2021. IPOB on record was said to have spent over $1.6 million on lobbyists in order for IPOB never to be seen as an international terrorist organization like Nigeria spent millions.
It is an idea that people have even executed.
So I'm just even thinking it will be them. I will direct any form of support to go to them. They have very much authentic platforms where
Maiyegun, if this guy, what's his name, Elon Musk is not a rich or he's not a rich guy, he would have actually started ordering South Africans to start okay, it's telling Donald Trump to bring in South Africa. It is not rich.
I get you.
It's all about the money. So it's just imagine we have some. Look, we don't even need a lot of rich people. If we have a whole lot of people that can just chip in $1, it will go a long way.
Like I said,
thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
So much, you should have a very wonderful living, okay? Enjoy
thank you. You too, sir.
Okay?
Have it.
Nice. So, I mean, if I have $1 that I want to give to any organization that will further help, pressure Nigeria, especially on the persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be the IPOB, right? I would give my $1 to them. Do you get what I mean? I have another caller, though. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Compliment of the season. Maiyegun General himself.
Compliment to you too as well. How you doing, Mazi?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank God for everything. We thank God for what is happening.
Everybody can hear you.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. You see, Nigeria is going to separate. Nigeria, they will divide the country, forget everything. This is how America do. When they started in Sudan, nobody knows that the country will come to referendum. They divide the country. The same Republican, George Bush, give that referendum. Nigeria, this is what will happen. You see that that Sokoto is the carry-fed headquarters of terrorists. That's Sokoto you see. That is where the logistics, all the logistics, that's where they did it. Then transfer this in move everywhere. Sudan and Sokoto, all these criminals, all of them know everything. They are together in this mission. But they are using what they call a key. So this is what they are using. FCC is away. FCC is a terrorist organization. FCC is formed by terrorists. But Nigeria don't understand. You know Nigeria, what problem of Nigeria? All the non-political parties are strong. One position because all the politicians don't have business. This is career politicians. They don't have something. So when they see something is going, you go see enough things, you don't know anything. They will just involve because of money. Everybody's defined to FCC, but they don't know the foundation of FCC. Look at the people that fund FCC. These people are Muslims. This is Islamic agenda. So the Buhari regime, they oppose Buhari that he must be a Muslim ticket. But when they look it, they say no, because of Tinubu, those people, they thought that Tinubu bring one person for us. So Buhari know that if they started this problem, it will cause problem immediately. So they use that idea. Tinubu gives them somebody. Tinubu now carry a pastor, a church member. Yes, carry a criminal in the church. Stop redeem. Redeem will cause a lot of problems. Redeem is a political terrorist organization. It's not a religion, it's not a Christian. Otherwise, it don't talk anything. This thing is a political agenda. This is political agenda. So now, Tinubu give them now, don't deceive people. He reached the turn of Tinubu himself now. They oppose the Muslim ticket to bring the agenda come. Yes. Yes, them bring it come to grasp out their power. You see this FCC. Nigeria just looking, just playing. FCC is a terrorist organization. Let them destroy that political party first. They have to destroy it. Many people know the people because of their selfish interest. They are looking to get more money, getting money for politics. This thing will destroy Nigeria. The life of Nigeria.
The money is already almost worthless now. Anyway, just piece of paper. Yes. Of it that is almost worthless.
Yes, and Nigeria is going to understand this. FCC is a terrorist organization. I have shared. I know FCC is a terrorist organization. FCC is not a political party. When the time of PDP was there, have you heard that killing people like this? Have you heard the kind of something that happened? FCC come watch everything because this was the agenda. FCC was formed by terrorists, all the money. But they use some certain selfish interest politicians. Someone like Aneki, Tinubu bring them here, take their small money for their hands, take sponsor the terrorist organization. The left Buhari have gone and the terrorists still continue their vision. These people have a one-time vision in Nigeria. They have the agenda to destroy. Umi is a terrorist. Sudan of Sokoto is the Islamic prince. He's just like a spiritual leader of Iran. Sudan Sokoto is a spiritual leader of the terrorists in Nigeria. But he's just quiet, just playing tactics for them. This is where the logistics is in Sokoto. This mission, America don't get, Nigeria don't get anything. They just come on surprise.
They said, you know what they said? They said that the reason why Tinubu couldn't really go for them is because he didn't want to make the same mistake Jonathan made. Because if Tinubu actually really go after the terrorist, knowing what he knows, right, it is going to be considered as an attack on northern Nigeria, something that for politics he would dare not do. So now that Donald Trump is doing
Tinubu was in the agenda. Tinubu was among the agenda for his own selfish interest. Tinubu knows everything. He cannot catch them. If the Tinubu is neutral, all the founders of all of them, the people that funded, he will arrest all of them. Yes, but if the Tinubu try, they will open the book. Tinubu know everything. All of them involved. They are involved. Because they are involved, they cannot do anything. So let America continue doing what they are doing. That country is going to degradation. Everything is going away. This is only thing is coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Let me take another
and
one.
Thank you, yes.
So I've got a lady calling in this night. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun.
Complimento. How are you?
Complimento. Merry Christmas.
Same to you. So, how is everyone? And yeah, how you doing?
I'm fine. We're good.
Brilliant. So
yeah,
here we go. A lot of people have been reacting to what's going on, and I bet you.
I know.
1, 2, 3 or more reactions coming away, right?
I do. Please, I do.
Let's
I just those people that were those fools that are saying that why didn't they go to Bonny, Bonny, or go to other states, Borno and Niger and all that. And my thing is, America knows that the base, just like this, the last man said, the base of terrorism is that Sokoto, that forest. That's where they have their base. That's where they have their command center, in those forests.
No doubt.
And that's where they keep up their armory. They go from there to wherever they want to go, whether Borno or wherever, Plateau. That is where that is where the command comes from. So they know they're taking out the base.
So you don't think it's
and if you
of the Sultan if America started their bombing from Sokoto because it's strategic, yeah?
Yeah, that's where they have to start from. So why are you going to chase after? Yeah, why are you going to chase after all the terrorists, all other places, and you will not take out their base first? Yeah, so that's what they have to do.
Niger Republic like the chunk of it share the border with Niger.
You remember
the axis of the Sahel, so to say.
You remember that they were touting, classifying the caliphate as a terrorist organization.
Yes.
So what information do you think that they know for them to want to do that? They know that this thing is coming from that place, and Tinubu can't do anything about it, He cannot, because I don't even think that Tinubu is the one making security decisions in that country.
Well, isn't that
I think it is Shetima.
Isn't that sad? Take a look at
yeah, but they know what they are doing now. That's why they impose Shetima on him. You know that they imposed Shetima on Tinubu. It wasn't. Yeah, that was it. Shetima was not his choice now.
More or less.
Yeah,
that's right.
They
Tinubu
imposed Shetima on him.
He's always doing political permutation. Would never go for Muslim
yes,
ever. But it was so desperate that time that was his only option.
Yeah. And they know what they are doing. That's why they purposely put Shetima there. So, and I'm sure Shetima is the one making security decisions in that country. It's not Tinubu. Because make it make sense to me now. Terrorism is being perpetrated by the North, right? All the Fulani people are the ones that are doing this terrorism. And all the tactical positions in the military are held by the Northerners. Does that make sense to you?
It doesn't. At all.
Yeah.
Another thing that doesn't make any sense, ma'am, is the fact that the foreign affairs minister in Nigeria said they were the ones who provided the intelligence that America used. So the question then is this: why didn't they use the intelligence themselves?
Well, if you have that intelligence,
why do you have to wait?
If you have that intelligence, why
1,000 miles away to come and do it for you?
Okay.
Why?
Okay. So why, if Tinubu had the power, wouldn't he have changed all the military heads when he got there?
He did. He actually did change
them. You know?
Then he changed them the second time.
Change them to what? The ones that they gave him to put there, right?
Him, of course, yeah. But some of them are Yorubas.
So are you saying we don't have? Yeah. So, but what authority do they have, though? Just putting figureheads there, not people that can, actually do the job. Or you hold them down to say, don't do anything until we tell you to do something. That's not the way that is not it should work. Yeah. So the one thing that I want US to do now is to go just take out the financiers. I mean, all those financiers, they need to take them out. Yeah. They need to take them out. Anywhere, any part of the country that they are, it doesn't matter.
Even any
because
part of the world,
I think we have
part of the world, you hunt them down. They are killing Nigerians.
Yeah.
Anybody involved.
Yeah.
Wherever you live in the part of the even
all the financiers and all the spokesmen for them and all the all those people that are supporting them, and they need to take them all out. I know we have one of them too in the West too now. Your Oluwoba. Because he's also forming his own jihadist group people now. He's forming his own now.
He's going to get, so he's going to read Yorubas of Orishas and all of that. So very soon, maybe they are going to give him his own army, and then they will start.
Maybe they are showing us the video now. Look, he's forming his own jihadist army now. So what are we talking about? So they need to take them out. And the thing is, Nigerians too, we have to make sure that do our own part. I don't think the power should go back to the north in the next 10 to 15 years.
Well, maybe we should just break up the country.
That's my opinion. Yeah. If it means breaking up the country, yes, maybe that is what we should do. But power should not go back to them in the recent years. Because if it goes back to them, this is what we are going to face all over again.
The last caller also mentioned that, Donald Trump, second to the last caller rather, said if Donald Trump manages to actually really scare them, get rid of them to some extent, and whatever happens, right? What happens after Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I mean now, because
and what happens after Tinubu?
And then the same question though, right? What happens after Tinubu?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean now? Like, if the power goes back to them, I get you, but it just doesn't really work that way. That's why we are proposing that it will be ideal for
but the thing is,
separate ways.
The thing is, the South, all these lies of without the North, you don't win. It's a lie.
No,
it's already proven.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's a lie. So, and now the Middle Belters now, they are now opening their eyes. They are not aware. Even the outsiders are now seeing that these Fulanis, they don't have good plans for them. Their plan is to destroy all of them. So everybody now is now, eyes are now open. I don't think the power should go to them. And all this rotational, and they don't believe in this rotation thing anyway. They don't believe that rule applies to them. They don't. Because if that's the reason why Atiku is contesting all the time, even though he knows that the thing should go to the South. But he still want to be still contesting. That's the reason why they destroy PDP. Because they don't believe that it should go to them.
My lady.
So we should do for us to make sure that the power shouldn't go to them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you.
Another one tonight, all right? It's such a pleasure hearing from every one of you tonight. It's been a long time, Enjoy your evening, okay? Let's hear from Prince Jejeman. It's been a while. So the Prince.
Yeah,
The
good.
Prince
Yes,
Jejeman
sir.
representing
IPOB for
that
life.
is it, the Prince. How you doing today? I mean,
Baba,
compliment of the season. Oh, how are you? How
Baba,
is the business?
same to you and everyone on the Temple of Truth.
Thank you.
You don't chill. I greet everybody well. Oh. Happy Boxing Day. I hope we don't box someone where they near us. No, Boxing Day we do.
No. You can do some people boxes. No boxing.
America don't do their own boxing now.
They delivered
You know,
yesterday. You know, see Christmas missile.
You know, say when America Trump after he give out his statement, he say say Happy Christmas to everybody, including the dead terrorists.
That's right.
Hey, Baba, yeah, it's a good development. Yes, we are very, very happy for the development. You know, we are happy that America is in the show now, and also Israel is behind them. You know, which is a good sign. It shows that a miracle and the deliverance is coming. You know, Baba, you know the situation that Nigeria is in now. First of all, I want to say Happy Christmas to our great, wonderful leader, and Happy Boxing Day to Mazen and the Kano, your Hamadike one. We are with you. We are with you anywhere you dare. Everybody, including our motor, everybody there for life imprisonment now. And where we do. So, Baba, moving forward, you see the situation of Nigeria as it is, Baba. The Christian genocide you are hearing about is one. But the most dangerous part of it is that the way Nigeria is now, you see that Buhari, 8 years of Fulani reign, they have managed to establish all manner of terrorists into the system of Nigeria.
Yes. We
not just
used to battle Boko Haram. Now we have 22 of them, 22 different terror groups.
22.
Operating in northern Nigeria alone. Not even like
Maiyegun, you see, what country that have only one terrorist group, let they sleep. Not to talk of where you have 22. Counting, never finish. Just say every day there are new ones are coming, because Nigeria is a breeding ground for them. You know, it's a very fertile ground for them to prosper. Because Buhari, the Fulani have done their best to see that they plant them into all parts of the fabrics of the government of Nigeria, you know. And the danger of it to the world is that diplomatic passports are in the hand of these terrorists that are handling sensitive positions. The one they removed before Musa, the defense minister, what is his name? Is linked to terrorism as a terrorist sponsor.
Oh, you mean the
Matawale? Matawale, yes.
Oh,
is he not holding?
The one that resigned, right? The one that resigned said they know where the terrorist is, but the bomb cannot penetrate the forest. So that is why they are not bombing the terrorists in the forest. That's Badaru.
Okay.
Now, the other one that is sponsoring terrorists in Zamfara, who is not minister, he's still there, Baba. Now they call him mentor, somebody who sabi talk to terrorists when they kidnap children. Prince Jejeman.
Oh, okay. Where I'm going is this. People like that have diplomatic passports.
They do.
Who are terrorists. Maiyegun, do you know the danger it portends to the world?
I have an idea. That's what we call the compromise. This is the reason why terrorists who are caught are also released. Catch and release is because those who are supposed to prosecute them are the same people using them. So it becomes compromised system. We're all going to die. Prince Jejeman, honestly, we're all going to die in the hands of these people. We're not safe.
If Maiyegun, my brother, if Nigeria is left the way it is, Maiyegun, they are not, after killing Nigerians, they will start to export terrorism. America is not safe. America is not safe. All the countries, Europe is not safe. I getting it? Because Maiyegun, you see what happened? The danger, the extra danger there is that all these terrorists that the Fulani told us that the Fulanis are citizens of Africa, and anywhere they go, there is their own country and home.
No, they said they consider Nigeria as their country. All Fulanis all over the world believes that Nigeria is their country, so that they will come back there and resettle. The person who said that is the governor of Bauchi State today. He told the whole Nigeria, we are all just reacting. We are just reactionary. We are being emotional. That an average Fulani from all over the world, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, all these places, they see Nigeria as their country. And I'm like, okay, if I'm from Nigeria,
you are correct.
I don't see myself as a Ghanaian. I don't see myself as a Burkina babe. I don't see myself as a Malian because I'm from Nigeria. Why would the Fulani from those places see Nigeria as theirs? But guess what? Those who have managed to be here or born in that place in Nigeria, and they've somehow become part of the system and they've gained political power, are those who are telling us now, indigenous people, that people we don't know are actually indigenous to Nigeria, whether we like it or not. Reacting to it is like emotional. Really?
Oh my God.
Prince.
Maiyegun, the danger, the destruction that the Fulani have done to Nigeria, 100 years time, it cannot be repaired. The only solution to see that Nigerian people will have is the division of that country,
which they don't
so
want.
that you can separate yourself from the terrorists. There is no other way. If not so, if worse comes to worse now with this their terrorism they are spreading everywhere, using cow as a cover, Maiyegun, time will come when the push comes to shove, they will say, okay, let's restructure the country. And that time when we begin to restructure the country, by that time, all this ethnic cleansing, the land that they have occupied, that will be their local government. That's where all their senators will be emanating from, their governors will be emanating from. Whether east or west or anywhere they are is their own home from them, from that time. Exactly. So you see, the restructuring can never work the way it is, because half of Nigeria now, by that Buhari Fulani brought in through open border, half of them are not Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. Are you getting me? And what I'm telling you is that now the situation is that the danger that it portends to the war is that they have saturated themselves in all ministry in Nigeria, all the whole fabrics of government. That's why the America knows that it is very easy for terrorists to strike them from Nigeria. Are you getting me?
I'm with you.
Very easy. Not only Christian genocide is the issue of Nigeria the way it is. And finally, Maiyegun,
yes, sir.
Tinubu said to that woman, Hausa woman, that if he fight terrorism, they are going to kill him. And the primary goal of a government is to safeguard life and property.
Primary constitutional responsibility of any government.
Exactly. So Tinubu have, by his comment, being the constitution of Nigeria, is not using Nigerian constitution. And for that, he has no business coming to be a president of Nigeria. He has no business because the life of Nigeria does not matter as far as by his comment, the life of Nigerians does not matter to him. So if by his comment and by his action, the way Nigeria is, we will classify him also as a terrorist. Chetima is a terrorist. Akpabio, who that have with wicked have destroyed the judiciary, they are all terrorists. I get him Maiyegun.
Well, I do.
So Baba, this is what I want to share with us. So going to the new year, that our mind, we should zero our mind that Nigeria must break up for people to have their life back. There's no two ways about it. Biafra will have their nation. That one is guaranteed.
Yep.
My Oduduwa will have their nation. It is guaranteed.
Eventually.
Middle Belt will also have their own nation. This is where we are going. This is where it's going to end.
And maybe that's how we would have the right to defend ourselves without anybody trying to be an hindrance, right? Prince Jejema.
Exactly.
Thank you so
Baba.
much. Let me take another one.
God bless you.
It's quite an
God bless
interesting
you.
event, okay? Good to hear from
Thank you, Baba.
Right? Thank you so
Respect.
much. Let's take this here. Hello.
Thank you, Baba.
Can you hear me? Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my good evening. Good evening from here.
Good evening to you. All the way from Germany, I believe, right?
No, I'm US, but this is German number.
Oh, you're using your German number. Okay. Then. Go on.
Yeah. My good, you see what the gentleman said? That's exactly what I just told my wife yesterday, you know. I said to my wife that all this, that people are thinking that Americans are just bombing like because of Christian genocide and this thing. I was in Germany for 2 weeks for like I came back to US December, the first week of December.
Right.
I spent 2 weeks in Germany. For the first time after spending years in Germany to see Germans they are scared. The only Christmas market, they always have their phone. They barricade everywhere. They are scared because of terrorists.
Wow.
Because of attacks. So people are seeing this thing coming. Yeah. They are just seeing this thing, Nigeria thing. This is global. And Nigeria is a big country. Let's not just deceive ourselves. Anybody that is counting about the big countries in the world without calling Nigeria, that person is an enemy. Nigeria is a big country. And if there's something you played in the morning, that interview Gumi did, he was calling Biafra. You see, when people are saying that the civil war, Nigerian war, that's a Biafra war has not ended, they are right.
I am one of
it has never ended.
It turned to a cold war, you know, whereby there are people who are still fighting the war in their head. Even though they said the war has ended, but there are some.
Not only they are fighting physically, not in their head alone. For him to just bring in
physically,
Biafra.
But there are those who will be like they will be normal to you, all right. But when they open their mouth and start talking about that genocidal war, from their tone, you will be wondering like, were you part of? Did you fight in the war? Say no, but why are you so bitter? Why are you so angry? You know what I mean? Because they've been fighting it in their head. That's what I meant. Go on, Mazi.
Yeah, you see this thing of diplomatic passport. Nigerians are sharing like they share it even to their girlfriend. That's the problem. So all these American banning them, not coming, all these ones. You know, he added officials too, not only individuals.
Yes.
Understand? So somebody with diplomatic passport can just all of them can just board a presidential jet and bomb anywhere they want to.
No doubt.
Nigeria is easy to attack anywhere from Nigeria. So and somebody saying that if Trump goes out now in 2 years, everything will stand still. No. This thing is heading to destruction of Nigeria completely. They will destroy Nigeria completely. They want to destroy Nigeria. They want to divide Nigeria. That's what I'm seeing.
Right.
Understand? So I don't think if Trump goes out.
Let us be fair here. No matter how anybody sees Trump,
Yeah.
or how anyone try to project what Trump would do or what Trump will not do, or Nigeria's this or that. But let us kind of be fair here, right? We have no real clear reasons or understanding why this armed terrorist, okay, descended on Nigeria. 14 years ago, which they started this war against Nigerians. We have no idea what we did. Then people thought this is just limited to the Northeast. It's just it's all these people in the Northeast. It's not our problem. Then it spread to the Northwest. Then it spread to the North Central. Fulani terrorists came. They spread it to the rest of the country.
There's only one. Okay.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
That's only one reason they want to take Nigeria. One, for the Fulanis, their father told them that Nigeria belongs to them. Number one. Then number two, Buhari came in and exposed Nigeria.
That's right. Hang on. Oh my, can you hear me? I understand that the problem is that when you're using your WhatsApp calls, right? If the real
find a way to manage yourself,
it cut that off. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, you broke up for about 20 seconds. Okay, we didn't hear all you said.
Yeah, let me come back. Let me come back.
Go on.
Yeah, the only one thing they are coming to Nigeria, number one, the Fulanis, number one. Their own agenda is different. Their father told them Nigeria belongs to them. Then all the terrorists now understood that. Remember, Buhari was one of the top Islamist people in the world. I think number 500. He's one of the among the 500.
Okay.
The best Islamic people in the world. So now, all these terrorists from Middle East and all these things now, and now saw Nigeria a best place for them to come and breed. So Nigeria is a Garden of Eden. We have everything they needed to fight the West, to spread their Islamic agenda in the world. So, but the agenda is different from what they are.
Millions of children, they have access to
everything.
Resources that they could be mining. Wow.
Everything. Even what America, even what the West have to build atomic bomb and everything. We have it in Nigeria, and we don't know what we are going to do with it.
Wow.
So they now saw Nigeria is the best place for them. That's why you see Israel coming in this. That's why you saw Israelis coming in this. So now, for Netanyahu, his job is not to pick all of them one by one, wherever they are going to. America's job is not to bomb. Nigeria is going to they are going to destroy Nigeria. Tinubu, Buhari exposed Nigeria. Buhari exposed Nigeria so much to the Islamic world. So that's what. So Nigeria is going to separate. We are not shaking. Like what Zedman said, they want to plant them everywhere. At the end of the day, they said, okay, they are here. Let them live here. They have nowhere to go. Then we now live among them.
Yep.
If you can hear it from Gumi. Gumi said, we must live with them.
Yes,
we must not make them our enemy. They are going nowhere. So these guys are planning, but I'm just sorry for people that have died. We will all pray to live to see this Nigeria destroyed. Nigeria is not a real place. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, Mazi. You have a good evening, okay? I do have another caller, but what should I do? Okay, let's take it. You know why? It's because if I probably take a break enough to probably go and share something else, I don't think it will really matter anymore. So let's use this moment to probably have other views. Here. Hello.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Brother, compliment of this season. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, my brother. Doing great. It's been a while. How's the family?
Well, we are very well too. Thanks so much for asking,
Also.
Bless you.
Yes, I had the best Christmas gift ever, of Donald Trump.
You mean the package that was delivered supposedly to this terrorist, right?
Yes.
Best Christmas gift, right?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes. it feels good to see my hard earning, tax paying, money going to the right cause in terms of, doing the needful. This problem, has festered, and needed to be, how can I say, neutralized. And, yeah, at this point, it's to the point that even the so-called people that is actually funding them are also in danger themselves,
As they must be.
So, yeah. And, the Nigeria have always been projected, like, I think 2019 or 2029, based on the CIA stuff that it was supposed to break up.
It was
so somehow,
and they want
2015,
to
yes,
believe that we should be celebrating 10 years of Nigeria not breaking up as projected or predicted by the CIA. But others are saying Nigeria already broken since that 2015. What you have left of Nigeria today, if you want to be honest, it's not the same Nigeria before 2015 anymore. Nigeria is more divided now. Nigerians are more divided now. In fact, right, terrorists have so much upper hand in this Nigeria than that Nigeria before 2015. So if you think Nigeria is not broken already because it's still existing in name or by name, then it's like you're not paying attention. So literally, it's like it's broken, but just still glued.
Yes, it is. Nigerians love how can I say, they love to pretend. They love to just play along, live in denial. Denial, is just their number one trait. So, it's gotten to a point, you can no longer pretend, you can no longer just act like nothing is happening. Things are happening. And, we're at that breaking point. And that's what you're seeing. It feels good for all the hard work of being out there protesting in front of the embassies, writing to the senators, having meetings with senators. Some of them are highly paid by the Nigerian government. Once you meet them the first time, the second time, you won't hear from them again. Their secretary won't get back to you. No one wants to get back to you. I'm glad that we were able to, everyone that made an effort to push for this to happen. It may not be great because, yes, America has its own bloody hands and everything. But at this point, I'd rather take what America has given me than what these people are giving me for the last couple of years on the genocide. It's time for people to just wake up.
Not this other one.
Exactly. This other one has not even, you're not able to even live. You don't know if you're going to live tomorrow.
No.
You don't know, you're going down the road. You don't know if you're going to come back, whether you're going to be kidnapped or not.
No. Life is cheap.
So,
you could be
it's so cheap. Like nobody cares.
Just like that.
They've been so desensitized to the point that life is just beyond cheap. And it's high time that people wake up and say enough is enough. They cannot mortgage everyone's future, destroy everyone's future. Can you imagine those that came before us, my uncles and all of them, you see them, they have nothing. These are people that used to look up to, like, okay, if it's not by God's grace that my parents left that zoo to make a better life for me and then took me back for a few years, Lord knows what I would have been, because life is not guaranteed in Nigeria. Your future is mortgaged, and it's sad that our old people, I found myself having to, I'll make a comment online and you see hundreds of people attacking me, and it does, like, you're defending something you cannot defend.
I mean, Nigeria.
But
you have a lot of those retards, those, so to say, right? They will defend anything, and if they are sounding ridiculous,
they'll defend anything.
They will still defend it.
Yeah, and we're only trying to make your lives better, people.
I know.
All hell Biafra, all hell Biafra. Let's keep pushing. Maiyegun, please. any new equipment that you need before the new year, please let us know. We need to crowdfund because we gotta keep pushing.
I think
you hear me?
I've got all I need for the next few kind of like miles, so to say. But I appreciate every support, though, right?
Okay.
Every penny counts. So
all right,
yes, for that, all right. You enjoy the holiday, though.
Yes.
Okay, and take it easy, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So I am gonna take just one more and call it a night. I don't know. It's like I've not really got that stretch anymore.
Hello.
We used hello there. We used to have a 3 hours run, right? But we're having a chat tonight. How you doing, sir? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Brilliant. I can hear you too.
Yeah.
Please.
Man, I'm surprised that I actually get through.
Fantastic that you finally got through. I'm glad because we're almost rounding up as well. Okay. So your own reaction to all of this would be what, sir? Please go on.
So first of all, I heard a lot of people, have a very great idea. So for me, one thing about Americans, once America get a hold of your airspace or your seaway, they are not leaving.
They are not.
No matter who comes with power. That is the first thing. And the second thing about American is this. Once American is doing all what they're doing, Trump, I know some people say, oh, the bomb they killed, the bomb killed, the bomb do this, it didn't do that, right? That is not the purpose. The purpose is sending signals to the Nigerian government that I trust and believe they are going to change. Is a regime change. Regime change is actually coming to Nigeria. Because America can fully function when Tinubu is there. Because they don't trust that government to start with. So American is going to put in somebody they trust that is not only giving the American the 100% intel about what is going on,
right?
Then they can truly trust them and use Nigerian military as the ground troops. Because this thing is expensive. So Americans literally have nothing to gain in Nigeria to waste all that money.
That's what I'm thinking.
You understand?
Yeah. Like if
for me, what I think is,
or what's it called? These missiles, if each of them costs between $2.2 to $3 million, right? And the launch pad is described earlier as well, which cost about $6 million. So spending $8 million on each shot in Nigeria is actually not going to be what do you call it? It's not going to be a freebie.
Beneficiary.
America won't want something in return, like they won't want that sustained. I'm just thinking too, right? That if a government that is not collaborative, a government that is protecting or somehow shielding terrorists is in power, that is counterproductive for Americans' efforts. That then leads us to your own theory. That, you know what I mean? They will either, go on.
Yes, because when you look at the whole thing, you realize Americans didn't even let the Nigerian government know what they were about to do. All the Nigerian government was aware. All the Nigerian government aware is, right. Because they actually just give them their airspace to use their airspace. You understand? Because I wish Nigerian government knew they would have deployed some troops. Once the bomb landed, the troop will surround those places. If the terrorists want to run.
God bless
you. If the terrorists want to run.
Respect earlier, right? Sorry to cut you short again, okay? I was talking about respect, right? Yeah. The minister in Nigeria of Foreign Affairs said, I spoke with the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, right? And President Trump said, on my order, on my direction, I gave this order that this should be done. There was nowhere that Trump spoke with Tinubu as a sign of respect. You know what I mean? Like to say, oh, we are going to carry out that, we've been working together for the past few weeks, okay? Now we're going to strike them tomorrow. I don't think that conversation happened. Now, that is where...
Can I say something? Okay.
Please, say it. Go on. Sorry, go on.
Okay. So this is another thing. So if Nigerian government was aware, Tinubu would have been in Lagos. What is he doing in Lagos? Because the Lagos don't have all the details the American government wants. It will be in Abuja, be in the situation room, looking at the whole thing. It will be in communication with the American people that will be doing it. It will be in Abuja right now. It won't be in Lagos.
Nothing like that. Nothing.
Because if you can remember when Trump when America dropped bomb in Iran, when Trump gives speech, he said, after I talked to Benjamin Netanyahu, then they gave them the good. He actually acknowledged the guy.
that it was combination between.
You know, that's how I think it works. Okay, America is this powerful country and all of that stuff. Even if America wants to bomb Niger Republic, if he's got no respect for the leadership of the place, right, he will do what he's going to do. And if you want to reflect on that, for a government of Niger to now come out and say, "Oh, don't worry, you know, we actually discussed it. We are aware. We told them to do it." Like, did people actually weigh in what that means in the long run?
Okay, do you want me to say another quick thing, another example real quick? If you remember when Azad was in Syria as the former president before he was overthrown, when ISIS literally took over the whole country, when America went and bombed them, they did touch the guy now. Because they did come for the guy.
You get?
You understand? So simply means if America, like you said, America want to bomb any country, they can bomb any country without any permission.
They don't give it.
They will do it. You understand?
That's exactly what they just did to Nigeria. Now, if they now bomb you,
so what they did? Go ahead.
I wanted to say, now that they've bombed you, you know the truth as a government. Then you took the media, you were buying slot all over the media to say you are aware. When you actually know that you are
the
not.
thing is, so, okay, this is the thing. The thing the Tinubu government is doing, the Tinubu government is doing, they are still pretty much in control of everything. Deep down, they are panicking. They know Tinubu time is up. They know when Americans come like this, Americans come with regime change. They are going to change. Because the thing is, Trump showed through this bomb to know, like, listen, we are coming. You like it or not. But the problem is, they are not willing to work with this government. That is because another thing. Another thing is, remember when the American diplomat came to Nigeria, they didn't meet with the president.
No.
So that is another time to tell you.
As well, by the way, but some came which met. Okay, you are so right? Riley said delegation. That one is the one working with Trump directly. They are the ones to report to Trump. They didn't meet any of the ministers or anybody, right? But different delegation came, which were those ones who are like working with this African, in this sub-region or whatever, right? They visited Ribadu. They took pictures. I don't know if you probably cited at that time. Right?
Yes, I saw that.
But
and
that guy spent about 3 days in Nigeria. And the moment he returned back to America, everything changed. Sunday Jackson was released. Now this year strikes. Do you get what I mean? So you are right. They never met with the president or anybody.
And do you know another thing too? So another thing you should know, another thing that actually signals that American government has no idea.
Right.
Because if remember you on your program, you actually showed us that they were surveilling the entire country with the drone coming from Ghana and from this. So if there was actually in collaboration with the Nigerian government would have knew Tinubu would have been in Lagos. And Louis Ribadu is actually in vacation too.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, I never thought of that. Like Ribadu is national security advisor. Ribadu was the one who met them in Washington.
Yes, he's in vacation.
Now this attack is about to be carried out. Ribadu is there in Lagos, changing Tinubu's diapers. I never thought of that.
Yes.
And those are jokes. They are jokes.
So the actual thing is, and another thing, there was another thing I saw on the media today. Somebody actually flew a drone through Aso Rock. And nobody shoot it down. The evil Nigerian intelligence was even aware something is passing their own presidential valley. Nothing can pass through White House without being shooting down right away.
Did you know, like literally White House, people go there, people shoot videos. Meanwhile, majority of them don't know that there are actually 11 replicas of the same White House all over America. You see that same White House you see in Washington?
No. The thing is, you can go to White House. So let me tell you, sir, you can go to White House, bro. So the White House have the first fence.
In that sense, you can't record the area view of White House.
Oh no, you can. Because if you have the first fence, there is another fence. There is another fence by behind. No, nothing. It's a no-fly zone. You can't go over. If you can fly anything over, you can easily spy what Trump is saying or doing in the White House. So it's a no-fly zone. So for someone to run a drone, so in essence, let's not deviate from the thing. The thing is, So, my own problem is, I don't know what the opposition is doing. But for me, there is something in myself that is telling me Americans have already lobbied Obi. Maybe I should be wrong, because the way Obi is moving up lately, Obi is moving like a ghost and is full of confidence, is buzzing anybody compared to Obi of back then that barely was kind of still holding back.
Okay.
Right. So for me, I feel like they have already lobbied. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Because the way Obi is moving lately,
we are brainstorming too, all right? Because most of these thoughts
Right.
didn't just come. Let me tell you something about these thinkings and all that, right? Before you finally felt like, this is what I'm observing, you will tell that you've seen some certain things, you've read some certain things that got you
Right.
like, okay, so they are not just coming from the blues. So say it, how you've seen it, all right? Because you'll be surprised that you're not the only person thinking like that. There are those who are watching right now that will be like, hey, me too. I've been you know what I mean? So share it with us.
Right.
What you think.
And
Go on.
another thing I say, so when some people will be like, America is coming to destroy Nigeria, look at Afghanistan, look at this, look at that. But one thing people don't understand, what about American go through Afghanistan? The thing we should understand, Afghanistan is an Islamic country, a Muslim country.
Yep.
Right? And when these people have one belief, one religion, and one idea.
Almost, yeah.
Afghanistan structure and Nigerian structure is not the same.
Two difference,
It's too different, right?
Yes, sir.
And Vietnam, okay, look at Vietnam. Vietnam of American bomb. The same Vietnam and American today are different. Look at Vietnam. Do you see the development that is going on in Vietnam?
I know.
Okay. Then look at Japan.
But look at Japan.
Okay, look at Japan. Right? So when America be like, oh, they're going to destroy Nigeria. No, the only thing that will destroy Nigeria is Nigeria will destroy themselves.
In fact.
Because at the end of the day, Nigeria is already destroying themselves.
I mean,
it's
out of that destruction that Nigeria is passing through that got us having this conversation right now, that America is about to kill terrorists, a whole Nigeria. I grew up reading about Nigeria, what they call their Nigerian stellar performances in what they call the foreign operations, ECOMOG. But that Nigeria is now the country that the rest of Africa is watching our citizens bleed.
Embarrassing themselves. But one thing I would say, this is what I would say. Everybody that is in Nigeria is heading for destruction. Tell them to drink water and relax. Nigerian is actually going to receive a new reborn. You see, the thing everybody is fighting for, those Oduduwa, Biafra, Yoruba Nation, Arewa, whatever, we are about to get it. Because guess what American is about to do? Because American is now 100% involved in Nigerian politics. I know Netanyahu came give his
we have nothing in common. We're just forced to form together and to destroy the radical Islamic jihadists in this sense and their campaigns, right? Top of the control will probably be the
if Nigeria was to remain the same, this thing that America is doing, it should be British. But you see, British actually gave Nigeria to the Northern already, which is they are still using to today. But America realized, what America realizes, if they because the spread of this Islamic and the Sharia is what American is killing all over the world right now. And they are looking at the map, which country, because if the Islamic take over Nigeria, the entire West Africa is gone. I'm sorry.
No doubt.
So, and they know the biggest problem they will have is let the Islamic take over Nigeria. So, like I said, the real bet I'm talking about is this. Regime change is definitely 100% coming to Nigeria. That is the reason why Tinubu. So, because once the regime change came to Nigeria, they are going to give in Nigeria what the true federalism is truly all about. All the whole region, all the whole state, go and develop your state, go and do whatever with your state.
So much,
people vote.
Our time is spent now, and I really, 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 really appreciate your contribution, I have to say. So thank you. All right. Enjoy the rest of the evening, okay? And we will see you again.
Thank you.
Hopefully. Have a good one. So this is where we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody's contribution. I know sometimes, some of them get overstretched to extra minutes and all that. Well, we still say thank you to those who called in, because without them, some of you won't call in that sense. Okay, so we say thank you. And thank you to every one of you. Please like the broadcast if you haven't already, okay? Like, share, and join me another time. I will see you again when I see you. So, good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Maiyegun dáyàrí Politico. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dáyàrí láyébí nàmbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọn ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.